Alrighty. I'm just playing the Ace Attorney Investigations OST. Like the spin-off of the main Ace Attorney games. I never did finish it though. Like there's like, I think 2 of them? Anyway. Well, part of the reason why... Well, 2 reasons. One reason why I'm playing this OST is because I just don't trust stream beats to not get copyright claimed again, even though it's not the person's fault that made this music, it's just for some reason, again, false copyright claims, I guess. So I figured, you know what, I'll just play video game music instead. Hopefully that doesn't get copyright claimed, I don't know. Well, what's Ace Attorney owned by? Capcom? I'm not sure. I know Nintendo loves to, you know, swing their copyright sword around. But I don't know if Capcom does that, I'm not sure. Capcom's under, well, is under Nintendo, right? I actually don't know. But I do know a lot of their games were published on Nintendo consoles. I don't know if they belong to Nintendo or they're just partners. I don't know. But anyway, the second reason why I'm playing this OST is because the game I'm playing today, which is a demo. In fact, I'm probably gonna play like a few demos. They mention how this is inspired by Ace Attorney, you know, as well as Undertale and Danganronpa. But I figured, you know, Ace Attorney, this is one of my favorite franchises, so I figured I'll just play the OST. Anyway, did I do like a thing? I usually introduce the date. I don't know if I said that yet, so let me just say that real quick, because I don't know, just for the record, you know, in case a billion years later aliens uncover the archives of my YouTube channel, you know, and they're like, they need to know the date, right? It's for future generations. What's that called? It's like for posterity, right? And that's the term for it, anyway. I mean, I doubt that will happen. I mean, not the aliens thing, but, you know, just in general, like, I don't know if this will... Like, the whole idea of the internet, you know, digital media and all that, lasting forever? Definitely lasts longer than physical media, but obviously one day, you know, YouTube could just shut down, you know, their servers could just be like, yeah, actually YouTube was a bad idea, and it's all gone, you know? I don't know. That's of course, unless someone else makes another backup somewhere else, but I don't have enough space for that. Anyway, but today is Saturday, September 27th, 2025. I'm gonna play some video game demos, is the idea. I saw this one, which looks kind of interesting. Apparently you're talking to the police, you know? So that's what the title is about, like, you know, don't talk to the cops. I feel like it's pretty true. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, maybe there's like political leanings that affect your perception of police. But I mean, I took a course, you know, about police organizations. And like, from what I understand anyway, police officers, they just want to like pin the crime on someone. You know, it's not like it is in fictional media, right? In fictional media, you gotta find the criminal, you know, whatever, find justice. In most real life, day-to-day, you know, cops, like, they don't care about that. They just want to like get someone who's like the most likely to be the suspect, and that's it, you know? So that's why when anyone gets interrogated, that's all they care about, right? It's not about whether you actually did it or not. It's whether or not you seem the most guilty and you're like good enough, you know? I don't know. That's why there's a lot of like false accusations, a lot of people that go to prison even though they didn't do the crime. It's less common, of course, than actually, you know, the person being guilty, but still, it still happens, right? And also, of course, like with forensics being better these days, you know, it's not as often, but the fact that it can happen, you know, it's like, it's kind of bad, isn't it? But anyway. Also, hello, Blue Dragonfly. I'm just ranting about the police, I guess. I don't know. I have complicated feelings about the police. It's not, like, I'm not, like... I don't know, some people are very black and white, but, like, I'm not decidedly, like... what's the word? What was that thing that was, like, very popular for a while? Like, fuck the police or something? I don't know, something like that. Or, ACAB or whatever, right? All cats are beautiful, right? Something like that. Anyway, I don't know, the way I see it is more nuanced, where the institution, and it depends on which country as well. I feel like in the United States it's definitely more corrupt, but like, especially in certain places. But you know, it's the institution that's the problem. The way it's structured, you know, and the way officers are trained and things like that. Because if you actually look at police training as well, a lot of officers are trained to like see everyone as a suspect, right? It doesn't matter what this guy could be innocent, but you can't have that. They also could be a suspect. It's kind of like that kind of thing. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like I don't know. I remember watching like some kind of lecture, like for police officers, right? And basically they broke down like 3 types of people. The first person is like obviously a guilty person. The second type of person is like I don't know what the word is, but like the second type of person is like they're innocent, right? Like they're obviously not guilty of anything. But then the third type of person is someone who seems innocent, but actually they're guilty or whatever. They pretend to be a nice person, but actually they're evil or something like that. It's not that literal, but something like that. But that's why that's the perspective the officers have, and therefore you have to suspect everyone, right? And I don't know, maybe it's like a cultural thing too, where it's like maybe you do have to do that. I don't know, but that's the idea, right? Through the lens of like any kind of investigator or officer, it's like you have to see everyone as a suspect. No one's actually like innocent, when you think about it. But again, it's complicated because then, but then people who actually are the criminal or whatever get away with it because they don't fit whatever category they think is the criminal. Anyway. Again, I don't know. I don't know the intricacies of like police institutions, but I mean, hopefully it's been getting better, right? Okay, that's why like infamously a lot of serial killers, like in the past have gotten away with like all their crimes because officers are like, they're like they just pin the crime on the wrong person and all that, right? I don't know. Anyway. Oh, hello, Elias, by the way. I don't know why I'm ranting about police. Oh, I mean, I know why, because this game is about the police, actually, Or, I don't know, something like that. I'm not sure what the game exactly is about, but apparently you're in the interrogation room and all that, right? Also, I don't know, I'm just thinking about what I just said, and it's like, I'm just rambling. I don't know. I don't have like a cohesive argument for anything. Anyway. Speaking of, what's this one? Blue Badger. Yeah, Blue Badger, which is the theme, the mascot of the in-fictional universe, or fictional in... What's the word for, like, the in-universe, right? The fictional in-universe mascot of the police, in Ace Attorney Investigations. Or, I guess, well, Ace Attorney in general, right? Because that was also the case, right? I think they had, like, a whole case where it actually involved the Blue Badger. And you have to like look at the Blue Badger like thing and turn it around like a 3D object or something. I think it's one of the other Phoenix Wright games. But yeah, before I play this game and rant more about the police, I guess, let's do a little Renshuu first. Let's do that. My freaking Cow-chan leveled up. It has a microphone now, Great. I think I did the hiragana, katakana. Have way too many words to review. Like it's really just twice a week, so I don't have enough time to really catch up on anything. But let's do a grammar lesson, the dreaded grammar lesson that takes me like 2 hours. But I only got like 2 more, and after that, I don't know. Do we get like advanced lessons next? I'm not sure. Well, not advanced, but like the next level, I guess. What can we learn today? Time to learn about teru. Speaking of, well, maybe I should... speaking of Ace Attorney, when I think about the police and the justice system and Ace Attorney, I think, from what I understand, it's meant to be a kind of like a satire of the Japanese justice system, right? At least before... back then, I don't know if it's the same now, but like back then, it is like in the Japanese justice system is very harsh on crime and all that, right? But sometimes, as I said before, like it can lead to like false accusations, like actual like I don't know what the word is. What's the word for, like, basically you are tried for a crime you didn't actually do? I'm not sure what the word for that is. I don't know, but I don't remember. But, like, you know, that's the thing that happened, right? So when people get, you know, tried for a crime they didn't do, especially like really, you know, horrible crimes like murder and all that, and especially I think in Japan there's like a death penalty. I don't know if they still have a death penalty. I think they do, which is kind of controversial, I guess, across the world. But you know, you end up like getting framed for a crime you didn't do. You get executed, but then like 50 years later, as it turns out, you were innocent. You know, it's like that's a thing that can happen, right? So I don't know. Anyway. It's just one of the criticisms of the justice system, right? When you actually are too harsh, it's like, well, you might end up getting the wrong guy, you know? People don't think about that, I feel like. If you're very pro-police anyway, I feel like that's the one criticism I would have, you know? It's like, what if you don't get the wrong guy, you know? You can't just blindly just trust, you know, the process if it can be wrong. Anyway. Teru teimasu. What's this? I don't know. We're learning Japanese, not about the justice system. Before we talk about the two new ways to use the te form, let's break down Japanese verbs into a few categories. Activity verbs, change verbs, and existence verbs. Okay. Activity verbs describe an action that can continue for a length of time. For example, taberu, neru, or kansu. Change verbs describe an action that happens fairly instantaneously. For example, okiru or aku. Is it aku? Aku. You know, is it from Samurai Jack? You can tell if a verb is an activity if you can add a duration to the verb and it makes sense. For example, you can eat for an hour. Ichijikan, 1 hour. Ichijikan, abimasu. But you can't get up for an hour. You're either awake or you're not. You know, can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me. Now if okiru, you might say, well, I don't wake up immediately. It takes me several minutes. Well, in Japanese, however, teru form of this verb and many others focus on the change between two states, yes or no. If you combine an activity verb with iru, you can describe an action in progress. This is like the jurun. It's just English. I don't pronounce it actually. I never said the word out loud. Jurun, ing, you know, ing form in English, and it's created by combining the te form of the verb iru that we learned earlier. So if you're currently eating, you would say tabeteimasu. You can also work in the negative or past tense. If you're not eating, you would just change iru to negative. Tabeteimasen. If you were eating earlier, you can say tabiteimashita. You can also use this pattern to describe a habitual action. Mainichi, saka or shiteimasu. Can you say that? Shiteimasu? This is just suru. I want to pronounce this though. I guess it's just shiteimasu. If you play soccer every week, even if you're not doing it right at the moment, you will use this sentence. Or if you're in the habit of drinking tea, you can use this sentence, even if you aren't currently drinking it. Ocha o nondeimasu. De is a te. You can also combine a change verb with iru to show the result of a change. Okiteimasu. So this will not describe someone currently waking up, but instead it will be saying that someone is awake, they woke up, they became woke. Okimashita, and they're still currently awake. Okimashita. Okiteimasu. If you got married, you would use a compound verb, kekkon suru, in the same way. You change from being single to being married. The transition, you changed. And are still in that state. You would say the above. You were changed forever. It was never the same ever since the Fire Nation attack. I don't know. I was thinking about the Avatar for some reason. Kekkon shiteimasu. Okay. The phrase doesn't mean you're getting married, but you are currently married. If a friend has come to visit you, you would speak of it in the same way. Tomodachi wo uchi ni hiteimasu. They're already here. This doesn't mean that they're coming to visit, but they have come to visit and currently in your home. They have appeared in your home. They are now dwelling in your home now, hiding in the shadows. This teru teimasu form is used in many intermediate and advanced grammar patterns, so let's remember this key pattern. It's gonna be very hard, I don't know. Also, the music kind of loud. Let's turn it a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, no, here, over here. Okay, so teru is like ing. Teru describes a state after the action A takes place. A is the subject's customary actions. Teru. So, I don't know. It's like, I still don't really understand. Is there a comic? What's this comic? I'm baking cookies. Examples. Actions. So it's like you have a habit of doing something. You're describing a state after you've already done it, or you're doing it right now, and kind of depends on the verb, I guess. So there are verbs like eating you're kind of already doing. Can I like relook? Can I double check the lesson? Wait, hold on. Where's the lesson again? Like it's very. I don't really understand. I just know there's like you use it when you do it on a frequent basis, like a habit. You also use it when it's already taken place. It's already a change that has taken place already, or you're doing it right now. You know, tabeteiru. Verb form in an iru. But then iru, do you say iru, or do you also change the iru to something else? Yorokonde imasu. There's imasu. Well, imasu in iru, is it the same? Because iru, I feel like, isn't that like a more informal way to say it? I'm not sure. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Oh, it didn't go like that. Anyway, it's I think that's Gumshoe's theme, right? Dick Gumshoe. Wow. Whatever, I'll just study. Let's just go. Let's just wing it. Let's see. Doko. So this is just older lessons, but Hiroi Koin wa doko desu ka? Where is the frickin' park, I guess? Kotoshi, this year was a warm winter, isn't it? Or it will be a warm? Hateimashita. Well, that's what we just learned, but I don't even get to use it. I don't even get to put it in the flashcard myself. Kodomo, ofuru, shurui. To enter. So wait, so kodomo ha ofuru ni haiteimashita. So I think the children already are in the bath? Okay, they were in the bath? I don't know. What does it mean? The children were in the bath. Haitemashita. Why can't... Well, this is just a question to myself. Like, why can't they just use a different verb then? Why does it have to be haitemashita? Why can't they just be like... You know, they were in the bath with like a different verb without the te form. I'm not sure. Not sure how that works. Like ni, like kimashita or something like that. I don't know. What's this? How do you say this? It's mochimashou. To hold. To survive. Nimotsu. Nani? Nimotsu o mochimashou ka? Shall I hold your luggage? I guess, or shall I carry your luggage? Chichi wa nomimasu. Tofu. Mo. Demo. O. Mo. Grandfather also drinks. He drinks the beer. Kare wa hoteru e kaerimasu. That's how you say that. Ego. Naratemasu. This is new. Naratemasu. They're taking lessons. They're taking lessons right now. Ego. Yoru. What's yoru again? In the evening, I think. So, ego ni yoru o narateimasu. So they're taking English lessons. I think ego, right? They're taking English in the evening or every evening. I learn English at night. Something like that. Hensha. What was this? Tomoteimasu. Tomoteimasu. Oh, tomare. Like tomare. Like the opening of the second season of Haruhi Suzumiya, you know? Tomare. You know, and everybody hated it because of Endless 8. Hensha wa tomateimasu. So the train is stopping. Is it stopping or has it already stopped? It depends on the verb, right? I think that's what they said. The train is stopped, so they already stopped. There's like, I don't know, there's transition verbs and there's like activity verbs, and it's very confusing. I don't know which is which. How am I supposed to know? Tabemono. Tabemono wa kirai nan... No, wait. Huh? No, kirai na tabemono wa nan desu ka? What kind of food do you dislike? Doko desu ka? Otosan wa... No, wait. Otosan no kuruma wa doko desu ka? Where's Dad's car? It's gone. It's in the ditch. Ichi? Chichi wa... Chichi ni... Nichiji wa deki... Is that right? Or is it like... Wa... Ni? Chichi wa... How do you say this again? I always forget. Chichiji? Or shichichi? Shichiji? Shichiji. Shichiji ni dekimasu. And leave at 7 o'clock. Tegami. Light tegami. No. Kakimashou. So, tegami wa kakimashou ka? Shall I write a letter? Musume ni depato. Musume wa depato ni kimasu. Is that right? Yeah. 背が高い人です。あなたは先生の背が高い人です。Wrong? Ah. I put あなたは, but it says it's supposed to be あなたの。電車に乗ります。飛行機にも乗ります。I says 飛行機。Again, I said it before, I think it sounds like a freaking fighting move. Hadouken. 大学に先生がいません。The teacher is not at the university. He's dead. He's buried 6 feet under. And that's why, Feeding Strike got involved, Because there's a murder case. There's always a murder case for some reason, Ace Attorney. Almost always? I think there was like one case where like it technically wasn't a murder, I think. It was like something involving stealing something, but then it became murder, It always points to murder somehow. 学校? どこですか? Where is the school? Exploded. It's gone now. Not only is the teacher not at the school because he's dead, the school also exploded. It's a very extreme turn of events. Mise. Wait, no. Doko. Hiroi mise wa doko desu? No. Wait, what? No, that's not it. Because doko is like where, but then we usually say desu ka. It's a question, but like this is not a question. Right? So, どこは広い店です。So, that maybe? どこ? Oh no, this is not どこ. I don't know why I was thinking どこ. No, this is そこ.
そこ.
そこ. そこ. Like there is the spacious store. I don't know why, because I saw the ko and I was like, usually I think of どこ when I see that, but it's not. It's not a question, it's just simply a statement. 来ません。彼女は No. 彼女は家に来ません。Is that right? Like she's not going to the house. Yoru gohan fukuteimasu. So this is new. So making dinner, essentially. Dinner. I wonder what's for dinner. Oh boy, I'm so hungry I could eat it after rock. No, Okasan, what's this? Aki? Asa, rather. It's so small I can't tell. It's sa, not ki. Asa. Asa. No, wait. お母さんは朝に夜ご飯作っています。What does this mean? I don't know. Mom makes dinner in the morning. Huh. I mean, I guess so. I mean, depends on the dinner, I guess. Sometimes you need extra preparations. Usually it's just to have certain ingredients available. I don't know. Asoko? As I said, Asoko over here. Yasumimashou ka and de. Asoko de Yasumimashou. Huh. I guess, shall we rest over there? So that's the next word. Okay. Ie no ue. Ie. Wait, what's ie? Ie. I don't know what that means. I don't know what this means. Dictionary, what does this mean? What does that mean? Yeah. Alright, yeah. As in, alright, yeah. Because I keep thinking of yeah and then yeah. Because yeah, yeah. How do you say like no? Like yeah. Yeah. Yeah means no. But yeah means house. Very confusing. Yeah no. Ue is above. Yeah no ue. So above the house. Imas is exist. Ue ga tori ni imasu. So there's a bird over the house. No? Ah man. When do I use ga? When do I use ni? I don't know. Apparently it's ni and then ga imasu. Oh. I guess because we're using imasu. It's like ga imasu. Not ni imasu. Makes no sense, I guess. Densha wa yume kanojo? No, makes no sense. Wait, what? What? Densha? No, deshta. I don't know what I was thinking. Densha. I don't know. I can't understand Japanese. Too hard. Deshta. Kanojo wa yume deshta. She was famous, not anymore. She's all washed up. Oji-san wa suwattemasen. Isu? Isu means chair. Oh. I guess Oji-san, his grandfather, a senior citizen, an old man. Oji-san wa is it like this? Oji-san wa suwattemasen ni isu? No, that's making no sense. Is it ni isu wa suwattemasen? I don't know. I'm just gonna submit it. Okay, it's wrong. But ni, wa, but really it should be wa and ni. I don't really get this one. I don't understand when to use wa and when to use ni. To be honest, I don't know. It says here this is a teru lesson. Even though, like, I don't know. Wattemasen. So the te form, emasen, means they're not doing it anymore. So he's not sitting there anymore, I guess. But I don't know. It's funny because they teach you all these lessons, but the basics are still kind of hard. So I don't understand when to use ni and when to use wa. Because wa is supposed to be before a subject and an object. But ni is supposed to be like location, I think. But like, I don't know. Is there like a dictionary? Ni. When do I use ni? Well, ni can also mean like to, but it can also mean like at a place, to a direction, for a purpose. I don't know. Like I associate with place and time, you know, ni. But like there's no time and place, so it's confusing when I use it. Not entirely sure. Any comments? Ni is the particle to use when marking the target of a movement. I don't know. Anyway, target of a movement. Alright, so Neru, Chichi wa, well this one's super easy, but Chichi wa neteimasen. It's funny how the flashcards don't really help when it's just like super simple like this. Like this doesn't help me remember it, you know? Like I should like break down the words so I can like know when to use the verb form or not, you know? I feel like that would be better. Maybe they do that later. I don't know. Ichi wa nette imasen. Not sleeping right now. Desu ka? Omoshiroi. So, omoshiroi eiga wa nan desu ka? What's an interesting movie? Koku ni yume na interesting. Wait, what? Imasu ga koko ni yume na hito ga imasu. This is not a famous person here? I don't know. What does that mean? Oh, there are famous people here. What does the na mean again? Well, na just means, I guess, more than one person. That's funny. Again, the lesson is just like, there is. It's just gairu. You know, it's just learning whether or not to use imasu or not. You know, imasu and arimasu. But I'm trying to understand what does yume na mean? I guess yume na... I mean, he means yume. Because I know yume means famous. I learned that from the vocabulary quizzes. But like yume na? Yume na. Could I use hito? Hito? Is that? I can't remember. It means like multiple people. Yume na. What's yume na? Because I wish I understood what yume na means. Why is it yume na? Yume na. It just says yume. Yume. What about... It's usage notes again. How do I show like different forms? Like a different forms thing? This is the kanji. I mean, I guess it's just these things. Like kind of like compound words. I don't know. Google, help me. You know, like why does mean multiple famous people? Google. No, Google doesn't help. You know, isn't there like an AI mode in Google? I mean, it's right here, but there's also specifically AI mode. I think you can activate. But I don't have the option here. Means famous. The na turns the na adjective into a form that can be described a noun. Oh, it's an adjective. That's what it was. But then, why don't we use that before? I guess yume. Before we just use yume, but I guess if we're saying yume na hito, it's an adjective, right? Okay, I think that's what it means because I learned that before, but I don't remember because the you know the downside of flashcards, they don't remind you why it's the case for certain things, you know. Anyway, I'm just wondering, like, aren't certain adjectives you don't need to? I don't know. What does yume mean? I thought yume was already an adjective, you know? That's what I thought. I think you have to put yume na because it needs to be like an adjective in general. Because yeah, yume na is an adjective here. So oh yeah, here it is. And this is what I was looking for. Present. Yume da. What's this one? Great Revival, 2009. Ah. Anyway, only a few more to go. Let's see. Anata wa isogashi gakusei desu ka? Are you a busy student? Musume wa mokuyoubi kairimasu. Mokuyoubi is Thursday. So she'll arrive Thursday. So it's ni o de. I think it's Ni is time and place, so use ni. 彼女は洋服 Western clothes, I guess. That's what it says. 彼女は洋服をI guess this sukurimasu, the making, and then also make kimono mo sukurimasu. Western clothes and kimonos. Ba-dam bam bam. Again, Ace Attorney is one of my favorite franchises. Part of it is the music. It's very iconic. Well, this one's different. It's like obviously a remix because it's a spin-off. Because there's also the great revival in the original OST in the Phoenix, right? Ace Attorneys. Ba-dam bam bam. Ba-da-da-bam. Ba-dam bam bam. You know, I think that's how it goes. あなたは優しい先生です。You are a kind teacher. Ba-dam bam bam. What's this? 彼女は明るい店員 The bright employee. Cheerful. Like, I think you also mean bright, but I guess it's more so not bright and smart, but rather just cheerful. Chichi wa Chichi wa I'm assuming Heya. What's Heya mean again? You know, Heya de I think it means store, right? Chichi wa Heya de yondeimasu. So yeah, another te form. I don't know why. They didn't explain why we're using de instead of te. Even though I guess de. I mean, maybe they did. I don't know. In a previous lesson, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's just the way it is, you know, because it needs to be pronounced instead of yonteimasu, it needs to be yondeimasu, you know. It's the same, technically the same pronunciation. Well, not the same pronunciation, but it's the same, like, you know, alphabet, I guess. I don't know what the word is, but it's just with a dakutan, de instead of te. Yondeimasu. Again, I don't want to explain that. Anyway, Chichi wa heya de yondeimasu. So they're reading at the store. What that means, I think. Oh, room. Sorry. So it's a room, not a store. Because ya, you know, the thing is, ya by itself means store, though. You know, I think so anyway. Cake-ya or something like that. Cake store. Heya. Heya is just room. So Chichi wa heya de yondeimasu. Reading in the room. Musuko. Musuko is son, I think. Musuko wa 8時に寝ます. Right? You're sleeping at 8. I gotta do these ones correctly now. Ie no ue ni tori ga imasu. Ni tori. Why is it not like ie no ue wa tori ga imasu? You know, why does it have to be ni? Again, ni is the ni part is confusing because it usually needs a place and a time, but the bird is a place. That's like confusing. I'm not sure. But I guess the house is, but like I don't know. Anyway. あなたの先生は背が高い人です. So your teacher is very tall, bro. Oji-san. 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 This is the part that I got really stuck on. Oji-san. Wa. Right? I don't know. Oji-san wa. Isu ni suwatte imasen. I don't. Isu ni. Okay, it was correct. All right. I guess the isu is a chair, right? For some reason, I thought the isu was the verb or something. I don't know. Also, hello, Yami, by the way. I don't know if I missed your message. It was like 3 minutes ago. I don't know. But there you go. The painful grammar lesson has been completed. And I'll do it again next week. Also, I got the... What is this? Kyohutsu? Kyohutsu. Is that right? Is that how you say it? Is that Kyohutsu? Strong wind. And thus, I load the next lesson for next time. The only lesson left in Japanese basics. But I'll have to do it next time. Alright. There you go. Finished my Japanese lesson because, of course, I want to learn Japanese. Even though I probably will never ever become fluent at this rate. But, you know, I still like doing it. Anyway. I think it's time to not play Ace Attorney, you know, but rather play this game. I mean, I did stream like the original, I think the original trilogy. I just never really bothered. I don't know, it takes a while to get through, you know, and what is it, Ace Attorney, like there's another compilation on Steam. I got the original compilation, I already got this one, and I literally streamed it, I streamed all of it. Again, it's a trilogy, so it took quite a while. Also, it's in pounds, I think, because my VPN. Isn't there like... There's a second one, right? The second one? What's it called? Is it this one? No, that's just a bundle. Where's the... Ace Attorney... I just search Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney Collections. Well, I actually didn't know that the Edgeworth game is already on Steam. I think it's this one. I think this one I did not play through or get, because for one it's very expensive. I mean, it's in pounds. It's on sale though. Wait, hold on. How do I convert this to CAD? It's not very helpful. Just give me the number. No, don't show me a different website. How about that? Okay, 40 bucks. It's not the worst, but I mean these days I think wasn't there like another game? Well, there's a few games that came out that look cool, but they're just very expensive for me. Right, it was this one. Oh, yeah, they had the whole like disclaimer and everything. Let's see. Euros to AD. I guess the comma kind of like $100. You know, it's like, well, I assume that this is euros, right? What is this? What is this? It's euros, right? It's $130. I don't know. As a Canadian, that's a lot. Okay, it's a lot. Even though this seems like an interesting game, I don't know if I would pay $100 for it. You know, I pay like 30 bucks or something. I don't know, but I don't even know I can like run the game actually. My graphics card is so old. I've been meaning to upgrade, but I just haven't, because graphics cards are very expensive, and of course everyone recommends using AMD cards, but like I want to use the NVIDIA cards even though they're more expensive because it's better for streaming, you know? Like in general it has better features for streaming, it's better optimized as far as I understand. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know, I just never bothered to play through this collection. Expensive, and also it would take a while. So I was kind of planning on maybe, I think I already got this one. I think I bought this one already. The Great Ace Attorney? No, this one I never played, because the Apollo Justice one I actually played off screen already. You know, like a long time ago. But I actually never played these ones. I guess the Japanese, like well, I guess Ace Attorney is Japanese, but you know, like Japan America, at least in the English version. But this is actually like, as far as I know, as far as I understand, like ancient Japan, which is, you know, in a different setting and everything, so it seems interesting, right? I bought it, I just never got around to playing it. Anyway, I think it was that one. Was it another one? I don't remember. I mean, it was I mean, I have it right here. This one, right? Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I remember, like, for the longest time, it was Japanese only. There was even like a fan patch. I got the fan patch and everything, but eventually it just got released officially. So I waited too long. Anyway, but let's try out this game. Let me just kind of like pause this, and then open this up. So let's see. Assuming the game can even be captured. Bound by Blood, version 0.1.1 demo. Let me see here. Game capture. Scary game. Is there a... I mean, is this game violent? I don't know. I know some of the other demos I might plan on playing is kind of violent, but I don't know this one is like super violent or anything. By the way, I can make it 440p. I don't know if that does anything. Like full screen already, so... Anyway. Let me change some stuff as well. They put a little timestamp. So when I'm gonna start, it's gonna be 53 and I guess Bound by Blood demo. I gotta put these timestamps, even though I don't know if it helps anyone, but I feel like it's more neat that way. It's more organized. So instead of like clicking through the entire VOD to see all of the other games I play, it's like there's a little like, you know, visual. You see like a visual mark on the actual VOD. At least after I stream, you can see on the video. Little like timestamps, so when I play a certain game, it makes more sense that way, I feel like. It's like automatic on Twitch though, at least when you change categories on Twitch, but not so much on YouTube, so... Oh, actually, I guess I forgot. Normally on Twitch, I mean, I don't think it matters. It doesn't really matter because I don't even save the VODs on Twitch anyway, but like, on Twitch I forgot. I usually put it on working and studying and then switch to the actual game category, but whatever. It doesn't matter that much really. It's only if like, I don't know, some random admin, I don't know if it's an admin or like site moderator or something like that happens to find my stream and happens to be in a bad mood and so happens to enforce the rule that you have to make sure that you're in the right category when you're streaming certain things. And then they freaking ban me or something, I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, Bound by Blood. So what is Bound by Blood? Let me read the description as I stall, you know, playing the actual game. Bound by Blood puts you in the shoes of an apparently normal student, forced to stain his hands with blood to honor a dark pact with a mysterious entity. Oh, I didn't know it was a supernatural game. Now every word could betray him. By his side is an enigmatic girl, offering help, but her eyes hide secrets and her intentions are never clear. Is she an ally, a manipulator, or perhaps both? Oh, sinister. I don't know, the music makes me want to narrate this like a sinister, you know, like vibe to it. The demo thrusts you into a crucial moment, a tense interrogation. Every answer carries risk, and even a moment of hesitation could cost everything. Your only goal? Get out without contradicting yourself, without breaking. It's funny because in Phoenix Wright, it's all about contradictions. You're the one pointing out contradictions, so now you're the one avoiding contradictions. You know, it's like, you know, it's funny because another game. Well, I guess we'll see. I was gonna say like another game is also kind of like that, in the sense of like you're like reversed. You know, like you're the antagonist in a way. Inspired by Ace Attorney, Undertale, and Danganronpa, Dingisrumpa. Bound by Blood places you at the center of an interrogation from the murderer's perspective. This is phase 1 and phase 2. And news. It's just a tech demo. It's gonna be a full game, I guess. I wonder how the full game costs. Is it gonna be like $100? Probably not, but everything just costs so much these days, you know? Alright. I guess we'll see what it's about. I'm hoping it will be interesting. Okay, actually, let me try. There's no content warning, right? I don't know. I usually like to pin like a content warning if there's any like violent themes or something like that. I mean, it is psychological horror. I don't know. I guess I'll post a little thing. I always do it because I like to do so. So, well, not pin. Nope, not that. Just post. Okay, there you go. Some of the games I play may contain mature themes that isn't appropriate for a younger audience. Viewer discretion isn't fine. I don't know, the music makes me want to go like, what's that thing? Like, you know, like, be prepared to be scared or something. What was that? The goose, is it called Goosebumps or something? Or Tales from the Crypt? Anyway, it's just spooky music, you know? Alright, let me just drink some water. I got the lime flavored water enhancer this time, and it's alright. No, I don't love it. As it turns out, the lime flavor tastes like lime. Who knew? I don't know. I just was expecting it to be a little bit sweeter. It tastes mostly sour. Ilias music box again. I don't know. Hopefully it's not a curse. You know, last time I played a game with like a music box main menu, like an RPG Maker game. Wasn't it like kind of bad? You know, I don't remember. Was it the bad one, or was it? Or I don't know. I don't remember now. But anyway, let's hope this one's good. All right. So, Bound by Blood by, what's the studio name? Mangia Palazzo Studios. Let's check it out. Start game. Again, this is just the demo, so it's not the full game, but well, let's see what it's about. So you finally did it. So you're finally awake. Caught you trying to cross that border, just like us and that thief over there. Anyway, I think I always mess up that Skyrim quote, but you get the gist of it. Now we are connected. Still, it is not enough. Communication is difficult and small things easily cause confusion. Even if we are close now, words are the only way I can reach you. We have nothing else but these words. Let them be the ones to express us. It's been a long time since we last spoke. What feeling lingers in you now? Can I just feel none of these things? That'd be great. If only human emotions work that way. Sure, let's just say, anxiety, because, you know, I don't know what's going on, so. I understand. Now I understand everything about you. A disquiet toward life has settled deep within you. Awareness of things, of all things. Awareness of existing, of simply being. Awareness that craves a sleep so deep, no amount of rest could ever satisfy. What finally made you decide to do it? I don't know, this seems like a leading question. Let's say I didn't want to. Now I can see it through your eyes. His eyes are full of fear and disbelief like those of a lost child. No matter how hard you try, you cannot forget his face. It is always there like a specter. Spectre. It drowns out like other thoughts, gripping you with icy hands each time you close your eyes. It seeps into you, mingling with all you see, speak, and feel. If you could, you would rip it from your very core. He wants to remind you. What remains is disgust and shame for yourself. Get lost, get lost. Our lives are now intertwined. There's no turning back. There's still a lot left to do. Or I guess better. There is still a lot left to do. You cannot escape. Can't speak. You cannot escape who you are. You just have to accept it. Now let's put our memories back in order together. I will begin and then you'll take over. Oh. Rope? Lamp oil? Or you everything you pack in your bag, the bat knife candle, you're ready to go. Resolution. You had to do it before you changed your mind. You used an excuse to get into his house. When it comes to business, there's a certain level of trust. People make some favors. After all, who would deny you a glass of water in the bathroom? You knew they usually didn't expect anyone home that day, but you wanted to wait. You locked yourself in the bathroom the whole time. No matter how hard they knocked the door, you didn't dare open it. Fortunately, no one asked questions. No one knew you were there, or rather, it was precisely you. It happens too quickly, I can't read it. When the others left, I came out and walked up. My heart was pounding. It felt like it could shoot out of my throat. I hit him on the head, bonk, until he was knocked out. Classic. He was confused, barely conscious, and he didn't scream once. I needed him just like that. I tied him up, carved those symbols into his skin like you wanted. I made him say your name. And finally, you burned his soul. I did all this. I'm not just a murderer, I didn't just take a life. I disfigured myself. I don't know what that means. What do you mean you disfigured yourself? Anyway, that happened all very quickly. Interesting animation style, like the... I don't know what you call it, pixel art? It's like Western pixel art, you know? In a way, but it's like still anime, but like... I don't know what you call it. Like the old style, like PC games, you know? I don't know how to describe it, but... I can't find the courage to step inside. The fear etched on my face is undeniable. Okay, I guess we're Matthew. I was gonna mention, you know, in the cutscene, I didn't finish my reference. You know, I was gonna refer like bombs, you know, bombs, rope, lamp oil. We got them, you know, as long as you have enough rupees or something. What's the quote? I keep misquoting literally everything. What's the quote again about the lamp oil? Lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend. Right? You know, it's like. You know, it's like lamp oil, rope, bombs. You want it? It's yours, my friend. As long as you have enough rupees. You know, something like that. I'm sorry, Link. I can't do credit. Come back when you're a little, richer. Anyway, here's May, I guess, or May. I don't know which one is correct pronunciation. I guess maybe May. That look on your face, it's practically begging for handcuffs. She leans closer. Her voice is smooth, but her smile is distant and carries a hint of icy detachment. I turn my eyes away in irritation and rub my face, anticipating the nervousness that this conversation will bring. Calm down. Your mind is impressively sharp, and your sense of self-preservation is remarkable. If you can't handle it, I wonder who else could. Her tone has grown more serious, and even though she's fully aware how much she gets under my skin, she pretends not to notice. Do you plan on torturing me for a long time? All I'm saying is that you can do it. Her gaze becomes more intense. This time it seems she has no intention of provoking me. The strongest lies hold a spark of truth. A castle built solely on deceit will fall by its own hand. It demands too much mental energy and in the long run becomes unsustainable, especially in complicated situations like this. As usual, her words annoy me, but they still manage to distract me and make me feel a little better. Did you learn that from my father too? Or did you pick it up from some movie? He used to think everything was easy. I don't think I can afford to tell half-truths. I catch her pause, startled by my response, but she recovers immediately. That glare tells me she's already plotting another one of her irritating comebacks. Perhaps in a novel. Anyway, if you behave, it'll be over quickly. On top of that, the cop you'll be talking to doesn't seem very sharp. Play your cards right and he might even end up helping you. He makes such silly faces when he loses his temper, it'll be hilarious. I understand, but that's enough. My patience is worn thin. Part of me appreciates it, but I can't bear to hear her speak another word. Her calmness infuriates me. I feel like she's treating this like a game, like as if this is a video game you download on itch.io or something. Crazy. Did you get upset about something? It seems like she's trying to feign an innocence that doesn't belong to her, with the sole purpose of provoking me. Leave me alone. Oh, he actually got offended. Naturally, she pretends to be shocked by this revelation in order to inflict further torment. Gaslight... Was it gaslight, goal keep, or gatekeep? No, gaslight, gatekeep, and girl boss. She won't get a response from me. I'm tired of even listening to her. Okay. She's around. Well, maybe I shouldn't say it yet. I don't know. Apparently we just murdered some guy and we did like a weird satanic ritual, don't worry about it. And somehow she's involved. Try not to get arrested. I look at the trash can. It's empty. Just like... Oh, I don't know. I was gonna make some kind of... I mean, obviously not the Manly reference, because that's a ripoff. Usually I say, like, it's empty like my wallet, I guess. But I wanted to make a reference to the fact that he killed someone, so what would it be? Like, I guess his criminal record, It's like, it's empty like my criminal record. That's, that's what the joke should be, but because I pointed it out, it's not funny anymore. Oh well. Snacks. There's the white Moonster. My favorite. Moonster? I guess monster? La-di-da-di-da-di-da. I mean, do we have to go to the police station? We could just not. I guess the police will look for you if you don't show up. No, I don't need the bus. I go home. I leave. I go across the street and a car runs over me. I'm just jaywalking in the street. No. Can't save again. Escape menu. Oh, there's that, but can't save. Alright, time to go to the police station. Without a lawyer, by the way. It's always a bad idea. And so many stories that kind of happen. I mean, it even happens in real life. A lot of people just go into an interrogation room without a lawyer, Even if you're not the primary suspect, the police will pounce on you, If you show any hint of weakness, they'll be like, maybe you did it, and then they arrest you, Like, they're like, even if you are actually innocent, the cops will do that because they always pretend to be your friend. They always offer you a drink. Would you like anything to drink? They get you like a Coke or something. It's like, I'm your friend, bro. Tell me what happened. It's like, and they always seem like they're understanding of your circumstances, but really they're just fishing out for any sign that you might be a suspect. That's all they care about. But anyway. Here's Gregson. This way, please. Apparently he's not very sharp. I don't know. Do me a favor and sit down. I'm going to give myself a stiff neck. You shut the door while you're at it. Okay. Okay. Aren't you supposed to tell me that I have a right to a lawyer? I think at least in civilized places anyway, cops are supposed to tell you that, right? You have the right to remain silent, and the right to call an attorney or something like that, right? They always have to do that, and you also have to sign a consent form, whatever. So again, there's no excuse to not get an attorney. I feel like get a lawyer, no matter what your circumstances, because you can't trust the cops, bro. They're what's the word? Like their purpose? I don't know if the word's purpose, but the reason for you being there, it contradicts with your like, I guess. I don't know how to form the sentence, but like their duty contradicts with your innocence, I guess, if that makes sense. Like or rather the interest. That's the word I was thinking of. Their interests go against yours, no matter what, always. That's the point. That's why they're cops, But anyway. It's only at that moment that I realized how odd my behavior must have looked. My heart quickens and each throb striking like a knife to my chest. 27 stab wounds. Or was it? I can't remember. So, do you know why you're here? I feel a tightness in my chest. My lips move to say something, aware that I should respond with confidence and ease, but my body betrays me. Again, like, what was it like? I was gonna say something else. What was it? Like, it was like another thing involving cops. It's like, again, like, you know, people always say, like, I don't know if always, I don't know everybody, but like, you know, like, people say that, if you have nothing to hide, that's how they always gaslight you, by the way. You know, if you got nothing to hide, then you should be fine, right? But like, again, there have been cases where someone is totally innocent, and they are either they give like a false confession because they get pressured to, or or they say something that seems incriminating, and so they use that against them in the court. But really, it just wasn't true because, again, they're just stressed out and pressured into saying stuff they didn't mean to, right? And turns out, again, like years later, sometimes after they're executed, that they were actually innocent the whole time. So, anyway, again, it's a complicated relationship, okay? When you talk to a cop. So therefore, get a lawyer. And hopefully that lawyer isn't paid off by the cops. I don't know, that's corruption, I guess, but you better call Saul, I guess. What? The officer lifts his eyes from the documents and stares at me. My terrified face doesn't make him doubt me, only increasingly annoyed. I seem like a weakling to him, and wasting time on someone like me irritates him even more. Listen, kid. I'm a busy man, very busy. There's a crime scene to investigate, and I want to get moving. I've been sitting here for 6 hours and haven't even had lunch yet. I startle, stumbling backwards so abruptly that I nearly fall off the chair, frightened by the sudden change in the man's demeanor. I'm sorry. The officer doesn't even register my presence, instead using my stillness to shout even more, letting his frustration spill over. Can you imagine what those other incompetents will say? Have you seen Gregson anywhere? No. They probably assigned him to some pointless task. Okay? It's funny. He is kind of... This is the wrong way to be a cop, though. Usually as a cop, you want to do the thing where you're nice to the suspect, and not just, like, ranting at them, because that makes them less likely to confess anything. But anyway, at that point, I feel the fear ease, replaced by growling annoyance toward the man. Or growling? No, growing, rather. By growing annoyance toward the man. An irritation that, for a moment, even manages to outweigh my terror. Even though I'm still rattled, I make an attempt to intervene. I don't... Pointless tasks? That's what they call them, but they don't even know how to fill out an investigation form. It's always on me to handle everything. Gregson, where's that form? Gregson, the coffee. Gregson, my... I've reached my limit. I can't hold back anymore. Under normal circumstances, I would have handled the situation more calmly, but fear has turned into anger, and anger has turned me into the dark side now, and my gaze is now filled with irritation. Even in my voice, my frustration shows, though there's still a hint of hesitation. Look, I'd rather not deal with your problems. I'm short on time, too. Yes. It's just that I desperately need a pause. The officer gives a frustrated hand gesture, but his voice becomes subdued. Returning to the documents, he seems distracted, as if his focus has slipped. Oh, odd. They don't seem to be taking my questions seriously. Maybe the evidence is thin, or maybe I'm just stuck with incompetent. Incompetent? Can you use that as a noun? No. It's usually an adjective, isn't it? Surely they wouldn't trust a delicate investigation to a guy like him, and they definitely wouldn't let him work solo. Hold on a second. Yeah, that's it. The officer appears to be trying to refocus while glancing distractedly at the document before him. Matthew Evans, am I right? Although I've concluded that he's an idiot, a jolt of fear still shoots through me. Yes. Student of... The officer flicks through his papers, ignoring me, asking questions merely to give himself time to finish reading. I'm a law major. I reply more composedly, getting accustomed to his attitude, which has started to feel less threatening. And how old are you? I'm 21. Fresh out of school. He puts on a falsely friendly tone, as if he'd suddenly decided to act like the good guy. No. Hmm? The officer gazes at me, genuinely puzzled, maybe expecting some unexpected insight. 3 years ago. My voice weakens, the words catching in my throat. 3 years ago, what? The officer, clearly intrigued, leans in and sharpens his gaze. It's been 3 years since I graduated high school. I'm not freshly out. I cast my eyes down, completely aware of how weird I probably look. For goodness sake. Amazing. We went in circles for 5 minutes and the big revelations you finished school 3 years ago. No need to be straightforward from the beginning, huh? Somehow I feel like I've only made things worse. You know, why are we so concerned about this? Okay, back to it. Do you have any idea why you're here? I'm unclear on the details. All I know is that I was asked to come. I answer, keeping a cooler head this time. His fits of anger have shown me I needn't be overly afraid. In fact, his temper might play to my advantage. Guys like him are inconsistent. You can twist them any way you want. Listen, Evans. I like to think you're smart. Neither of us has time to waste, so let's cut to the chase. Do you happen to know someone named Michael Anderson? He was 32 and lived in an apartment, making a living by selling drugs and laundering the proceeds via online collectibles. I passed by there several times. It's a role that I often take when coming back from the university. Also, I wonder why, because other times we're describing things in our head, it was without the little brackets, you know, but now it is. I don't know why that's the case. A friend of mine lives nearby and I used to get weed from him. That's how I found out about him. Seemed like the perfect target. I got his contact and met him in person, pretending I wanted to buy. We exchanged only a handful of messages, though I assume we had plenty of other chats. I was never a regular customer. Also, missing quotation, you know, I see that a lot for some reason. That's a very common typo. Someone not forgetting to end their quote. You know, why is that, I wonder? I don't know, but they keep forgetting to end their quote. You gotta end the quote, otherwise I think the whole paragraph is a quote. Anyway, stress. Okay, this is an important decision, I guess. We have to say we know him, but we don't know much about him, or we just completely deny that we ever heard of him, you know? And I guess that will play into our future interactions. Well, the thing is, I wonder if the police have access to our phone records. Well, especially the victim's phone records. I wonder. I mean, if they do have access to our phone records, then they already know that we're related. Let's just say... never heard of him. Evans, I've made myself clear. We're not here to waste time, and I don't waste any more of mine. Or I don't waste any more of mine. We already know you've been in contact with him, and that's why you're here. I understand, so what? The policeman looks me over for a moment, and after a brief pause, continues. Michael Anderson was murdered. I feel a tightness in my chest and a burning in my eyes, as if they're about to tear up, while I blink rapidly. That's awful. I managed to say in a faint voice. You know, a lot of the game is kind of silent. Is there not, like, any music at all? You know, it's like... I mean, there's a music volume, but there's no music. I don't know. Anyway. You know, just click his tongue. Yes, go ahead. That's a problem. If I don't know how much he really knows, I risk saying the wrong thing. I need to ask him questions to find out what information I need to build a solid alibi. I have to be careful not to let stress build up too much in my stress meter. Otherwise, I'll risk losing my cool and end up getting caught. Forgive me. We're always short-staffed, or so they say. So what? Just call Gregson, right? He'll take care of it. Bah. So we were saying, are you aware of the business Mr. Anderson was involved in? Oh, there's the music finally. I'm gonna say not much. I'm just gonna say not much. You're acting vague, Evans. Are you keeping something from me? No, I'm doing what a lawyer would do and just keep it vague. No, not at all. I was gonna be super vague. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna arrest me? I'm allowed to be vague. Am I under arrest? That's the thing you would ask a cop, you know, am I under arrest? Because if you are, then, well, for one, you need to call a lawyer. But then they are legally allowed to handcuff you and all that, right? Otherwise, if they're just questioning you and you're not actually under arrest, you can leave anytime. They, you know, it's like they can't force you to say anything, technically. So I guess they can, like, you know, depending on where you live, I guess they can just beat you, but, you know, anyway. I'm gonna say, no, not at all. It's just that I don't really have much to say about the matter. Are you really sure? You wouldn't even say that yesterday afternoon you never went to see Michael Anderson at his house, or at his house. That is a leading question, by the way. I'm gonna say I could, yes. Surprising, Evans. Here's a piece of advice. You better talk. I know far more than you think. I'd say it's time to move on to something much more important. I really need your help with this. Anything that comes to mind about who was involved or why it happened to Michael Anderson is really important. Even the smallest detail, even what seems insignificant to you, could turn out to be a valuable lead. Okay, our stress meter went up. And then he says, like, yeah, I know more than you. And it's like, oh, you're bluffing, you know, it doesn't matter. The reason why you're interrogating me is because you're missing information in the first place, so that's why you're doing it, idiot. Anyway, you really have no idea who could have been, nothing comes to mind. I find it hard to believe you don't have any leads, that you don't have a clue to anyone yet. I mean, this seems like a smart question. You know, I don't know, but could you tell me more so we can gather more information? Nothing comes to mind. I guess I should, like, say it as if I'm the character, but, you know, nothing comes to mind at the moment, but clarification about what happened might help me. I'm not sure how much I go into detail. You understand that some information is restricted to those working the case. I take it you haven't been following today's news, though I'm sure it'll be circulating around the neighborhood before long. After all, knowing there's someone crazy out there is bound to make people uneasy. I mean, these are all the same questions, I feel like, but let's say, well, any thoughts who could have done this? If I had any clue, I wouldn't be wasting my time talking to you, Evans. Funny, you seemed smarter than that at first. I don't know. I don't know about anything about him. I really don't know what to say. Well, I get the feeling there's a lot you're not telling me, Evans. And as usual, you're being a little evasive about it. I'll say it again. Even a seemingly minor detail can make a difference. This is too specific. If we say he didn't smell great, that implies that we have been in his vicinity, you know? So I'd rather not say that one. Has a wide client base, and what he trusts most were allowed to make purchases directly from his apartment. That's also, like, I don't know, very business-like, as if we know everything. Like, what we say, as if, you know, we know how he deals with people. I guess we'll say, but this connects us to the friend though, which sucks. I feel like giving away too much information. But I feel like, I don't know, this one just feels unnatural. You know, why would I say it like that? I'll just say, Anderson and I have a mutual friend who used to go over to his place in the afternoon to smoke or buy. Oh, you could have said that earlier, couldn't you? Finally decided to talk, huh? Now tell me more about this mutual friend. Spare me the pointless stories that have nothing to do with the case. Well, I'll just say, like, well, you probably already interrogated him. He was likely one of the first, so what do you say? What the hell does that have to do with anything? The whole point of this conversation is to get you talking, not me. If you insist, I can tell you a thing or two. Your friend got to Anderson's place at 6:05 p.m. and says he only stayed a short while. He was probably one of the last clients to see him. But from that point on, everything is a mystery, and I plan to get to the bottom of it. I'm sure you've got something I need to hear. This information might come in handy. I'll have to watch my words. 6:05 p.m. sounds like a time worth remembering. Okay, that's where we establish our alibi. And the fact that Jan didn't see me and had no idea I was locked in the bathroom while he was there, that could work in my favor. I'm curious about you, Evans. You're reserved, very private, but understanding you a little better might help me clear up a few things. Do you live alone? I'm gonna ask, is there a reason you're asking? There's a reason I'm asking. You know. Come on, help me out here. Tell me something. I don't know where you live, what your schedule's like. Anything that might actually help me, alright? I don't want to give any information to the cops, you know? How about I just don't give any information? I'm just renting. Hours vary. No, that I feel like that implies that we might be related to the murder. I'm just gonna say, well, knowing there's a reason doesn't exactly make it easy for me to answer. I suggest you start cooperating now, because if something's gonna come out, trust me, it will one way or another. There's still one more small issue to settle, and this time it's best not to drag it out too long. We made some observations about your movements. Well, let me be specific. Which movements exactly? I'm willing to clear up any doubt or misunderstanding. Sounds good, Evans. But are you really telling me nothing stands out? Not even a single unusual stop or detour yesterday? Sharing that might actually help us make sense of all this. Well, let's make it clear. Okay, let's say this. I don't know. If I say nothing again, I feel like we're just evading the question again. But initially, we did say, like, we want to clear up the misunderstanding, so... Well, let's just say, before we can sort this out, maybe you should make it clear where you're getting at. I thought where I was going with this was obvious, but fine. I'll spell it out for you. You really like hanging around Anderson's place, huh? No, not really. You don't talk much, Evans. I don't mind that, but I wonder when I'll start helping your case. I need a short break. I'll be gone for a couple of minutes to stretch my legs and grab a bite. Okay. This is my one chance to put everything back together and review every detail of my alibi. I won't be able to review it again. I have to remember every detail. Okay. I stopped by the victim's house late in the afternoon to briefly meet with him. I left around 6:00 p.m. and went to the arcade with a friend afterward. Afterwards, we went for a walk, then I walked her back to her house, which is near mine. Finally, I went home. That should be all. Okay, so that's our supposed alibi. Alright, Evans, we're gonna put everything on record now. Bear with me. Just a few questions and you'll be free to go. Well then, at what time were you at the victim's place? Let's say 5:45? It was 5:45 p.m. and we were organized for that time. In fact, some eyewitnesses saw you at the victim's house around that time. Why'd you go to the victim's house? Buy weed, nothing else. Next time, be more careful. Some people just bring trouble, at least I think so. What time did you leave the victim's house? I left at 6. Around 6 o'clock p.m. In fact, the people who claim to have been there after you didn't see you. Did you see anyone else? Did you see anyone after visiting the victim? Oh, where's my thing backwards? Friend. I spent the whole afternoon with a friend. Can you tell me their name? Of course. Her name is May. May Solon. Where'd you go? I went to the frickin' arcade, bro! What is my... We went to Jolly Blue, the arcade. Was it a date? Something like that. What did you do while you were there? Come on. Played. No, this is so silly that the freaking gameplay is just like messing with you. We played some video games. How long did you stay at the arcade? I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe like 2 hours? About 2 hours. Okay, then tell me. Where'd you go after leaving the arcade? I killed. Oh, come on. Park. Don't waste my time. Where'd you go? Well, I went to the park first, right? Before... Oh, come on. We went to the park. At the park, huh? And tell me. What'd you do at the park? Nothing. Now's not the time to be shy. I took damage. Trying to be more cooperative. I walked. I'm trying to put walk, but it's hard because I can't. We went for a walk. It's basically the same thing. Walked around with weed in your pocket. It was more than just a walk. It was a declaration of war and common sense. It's starting to get tiring. What time did you leave the park? It was 2 hours later, so... I don't know, 9:30. At 9:30 p.m. Let's proceed. After leaving the park, what did you do? Sex. Sex. Well, not home. I went to the friend's home first. Don't waste my time. It's hard because I can't... okay, there you go. I walked my friend home. And tell me, where does your friend live? Near my home. She lives near my house. I see, and tell me. The neighbor saw you near the victim's house at night. You know anything about it? Impossible. That's not possible. If that's not possible, then explain to me. Why do you match the description the witnesses gave? Well, the maze time. Wait, no, that's the wrong way. This way, maybe. Yeah, this way. It was me. It was me, Austin, this whole time. No, it's coincidence. It must have been a coincidence. Come on, Evans, don't mess with me. Oh, really? Try to be more cooperative. Why do you match the description the witnesses gave? I mean, I don't know. What do I do here? This way, I guess? Aw, man, it's gonna be too... I can't get to it. Don't waste my time. I don't know what to answer with. I could say it was me, but I'm trying not to be it was me. I can also say ... Would ... help me? I'm not sure. It's not the time to remain silent. Don't I have the right to remain silent? Fine, I have to say it was me. I always say I can't say like I killed because that seems not like a good idea. Anyway, I guess I go here. This way. By the way, the key to this maze is to go backwards. Start from the exit and then... Oh, but then it takes too long. Oh, come on. Okay, oh, I changed. Okay, at least go here. Faster now. Because it was me. Finally, we admit it. What time did you pass the victim's house? Oh. Oh, come on. Don't waste my time. I can't go on anymore. I'll tell you everything. Damn it. The game over. Well, it's so hard to try the move the freaking cursor, bro. What is this? Okay. Let the dude again. I stopped by the victim's house late in the afternoon to briefly meet with him. Late in the afternoon, right? That's around 6. Went for a walk. And went home. But we don't have a thing after that though. Okay? It goes past our alibi, so victim's place. So late afternoon. I don't know. Again, let's say the same thing, 5:45. Why do you go? Let's just say... Can I say the visit? It was for his visit. Did you ever visit anyone? No. Or at least I never had a beer with my dealer. What? He has a dealer? Also, it's funny. That's the freaking pose that Phoenix Wright does. I need an admission from you, not from me, kid. Now focus and tell me the truth. Okay, whatever. Just say goodbye. What time do you leave the victim's house? Yeah, 6. You didn't see anyone after visiting the victim? A friend? Funny, it's reversed. The left and right got reversed in that one. Tell me the name. May. Where'd you go? I went to the arcade. Just kind of played. Oh, and it changed. Goes here. Okay. Play some video games. How long did you stay at the arcade? Let's say around 2 hours. Where'd you go after leaving the arcade? Went to the park. Went to the park. And then what'd you do at the park? You know, what would we say smoke this time? I guess it makes sense. We smoked what I bought. At the park? Brilliant. Why not in front of a school while you were at it? Congratulations on your choice of location. Well, it's funny, because he had told me, he's like, why didn't you smoke before? Anyway, let's say... Oh, come on. Let's say 7:45. Oh, so you build a time machine? Try to be more cooperative. Oh no. It's like... Come on, it doesn't go to the thing I want. Okay. 8? Oh, come on, wait. Okay, there you go. 8. What? I guess 9:30? Oh my god, I can't... Okay, 9:30. What'd you do? Sucks. That's funny. Oh, come on, I can't get... Oh my god! It sucks. I hate this. This gameplay sucks. I don't like this gameplay where like, oh, you have to pick the right choice, but actually it's even harder because you can't move the cursor correctly. Like, come on. Like, it's fine for like a few times, but the whole time? Really? I don't know if that's a good game design. I don't know about that. I don't know, like, this being... So like passing by. This one's different, so I happen to be passing by there. Interesting. What time did you pass by them? Like, I don't know. Oh my god. I can't... 10 o'clock? At 10 o'clock? We've seen later, they told me. I don't know, 10:30, but I can't... Oh my god. Ah, there you go. 10:30. Yeah, they told me saw you later. Later? It was later? I didn't even know that. We didn't get like an alibi or anything. Oh my god. So let's say midnight. Yes, imagine what the witnesses said. So why did you return to the vicinity of the victim's home? Well, I can't... I don't know where to go. Okay. I don't know. Oh my god, I can't go there. I don't know. I don't like this part of the game. Like, why does it have to be so hard when it's supposed to be like a mystery type, you know, Phoenix Wright type game, and yet, well, it reminds me of the freaking mini games from Danganronpa, you know, where like bone in the meat in the bone, you know. Like, I don't mind the time limit, but like when it's like just insane, like how hard it is just to pick the right answer, it's like that's just annoying rather than fun, you know? Like a little bit of like messing with you is fine, but I don't like the fact that your controls get messed up. That sucks. I don't like it when like, you know, like maybe like once or twice, but like the fact that you can't choose your freaking cursor because it's like moving around, it's like, that's just annoying. Like I would, it would be better if like it was just like visual stuff, you know, like maybe blocking your screen or something, but like otherwise. Otherwise, you know, I feel like it's annoying, you know. Do you see anyone? I see a friend. Tell me their name. It's May. This dude stays long, doesn't know that he can just leave. Yeah, that's what I said before. Again, you should get a lawyer. Where'd you go? Went to the arcade, but I can't do it because my freaking cursor is like doing that. It's so annoying. What you do while you're there? Of course, it changes which one to go. Here? Play. It seems like it's random, by the way. When it does that, it goes to the next thing. It doesn't. There's no pattern to it. How long do you stay? Let's say 2 hours. So left at 6. Now it's 8. Alibi is now it's 8 o'clock. So where'd you go after leaving the arcade? Went to the park. Come on. What'd you do at the park? Just walked, I guess. Oh, come on. Walked. Went to a park, walk. It's gonna get tiring. What time did you leave? So after 8. So it has to be 9:30 at least. Oh, come on. Oh, okay, there. 9:30. What'd you do? Sharks. That's what sharks. Yeah, friend's home. Where's your friend live? Near my home. This one that just kind of goes away. That one's relatively easy. I feel like that one's okay, you know, when it's just like it shows you the first time and second time, you know, you got it. But like the fact that, again, the cursor just that's the one I don't like. That's the one I hate the most, where like you lose control of your freaking cursor. Like, come on. That one sucks the most. Especially when combined with the one that where like it's just random choices get randomized and shuffled. Like that's the worst one. Like, why are you doing that? That's just not fun. Like, I wouldn't mind if the minigame has some kind of skill, you know, where you're like, if you're good at it, you know, it depends, right? Certain minigames or certain like video games in general, where if it's like a skill that you need to just get better at, then I don't mind, you know? Like, again, the memorization one or like the maze one is like not too bad, even though it kind of sucks because I kept dying that one, but yeah, the one where like it just kind of like feels random, or like you don't feel like you're in control, those are the ones that are bad. I feel like, you know, you shouldn't have that in video games, you know? The player should still be in control, even though it's difficult. But anyway, he lives in my house. I see, and tell me, they never saw you near the victim's house at night. Do you know anything about it? I guess we have to say we're passing by. I guess the idea is that technically we did kill the guy, right? That's the real truth, and we did. I guess someone did see us leave his house, so we have to like confirm the alibi. Interesting. What time did you pass by the victim's house? I guess we're the same midnight, but it's really hard to pick because I can't control my freaking cursor. Okay, midnight. It matches what the witnesses said. Why did you return to the vicinity of the victim's home? Well, let's see. How do I get there? I guess I go this way. It's gonna take too long now because I have to look first. I wish the maze one had more time, by the way. Well, let's say walk. I went for a walk. Yes, I figured you were walking. Tell me more. Well, I don't know. What else am I supposed to say? Come on, answer me. Why did you return to visit the victim's home? I mean, I don't know. What else would I say? I don't know what else I would say. I guess maybe keys? I don't know what the right answer is. Come on. Again, I'm gonna choose keys because I'm not sure what it would be. Keys. Maybe I lost my keys. I lost my keys in the park, so I went back to look for them. Michael's house was on the way. I understand. Why did you decide to pick up the keys at midnight? Perish, die. Oh. This way, but like now it's gonna take too long. Come on! Come on! No, it's late. After accompanying my friend to their house, I noticed that I no longer had them. I've experienced the same. You admitted that you had driven past the victim's house at midnight. Why didn't you say so before? Oh, I forgot. Sorry, it slipped my mind. You're free to go, for now. I'm done wasting my breath today, but don't get too comfortable. We may need to call you back. Okay. Are we finally? Okay, we're finally done. We can leave now. The freaking cursor, like, I hate that mechanic. So the clock, it's 9 p.m. Right. Anyone in the window? What are you still doing here? You should go now. Can I look at your files real quick? No? It's empty. Just like my innocence. Apply it with big pure sleeves. Wow. I don't know, just randomly just look at random things in the room. Look at the camera? No. I need to get out of here as soon as possible. Time to take the bus. Also, where's May? Where'd May go? She's gone. I guess she just left us. She didn't care. It's in 2 hours. Guess I'll get a snack. There's a lot of snacks, but I'm not hungry. Wow. Really? Come on. Do we just walk home now? Do we call an Uber? Do we ask the nice policeman, who's not actually that nice, to take us home? No, guess not. Just walk. My steps are quick and unsteady, as my feet struggle to lift off the ground. But as long as each one carries me further away from there, I don't stop walking. After several minutes, I realize I've wandered far enough. I have no idea where I am, but I can feel my legs about to give out. I lean my back against a low wall and let myself slide down until I'm sitting on the ground. My gaze drifts, unfocused and hollow, as if the world itself had blurred around me. Even the simple act of trying to concentrate feels unbearably draining. If it weren't for that fragile thread of strength and the fatal sense of decency that urged me to leave, I might have closed my eyes and surrendered to sleep right then and there. A few hours later, I return home. I'm standing at the doorstep, sliding the keys into the lock when, before I can even turn them, I feel a soft, warm body press against my back. A small palm gently covers my eyes. I wonder why she enjoys treating me this way. I don't know, she's going like, you know, guess who? You know, she's just doing a thing. Anyway, I was getting worried. Her soft voice brushes against my ear, deliberately close. She knows exactly what she's doing, yet beneath the sweetness lingers a faint trace of indifference, a quiet reminder that deep down she doesn't really care. I'm sorry, but it's a necessary burden. She's unbearable, yet I can't bring myself to react. Her warmth, her breath, the sound of her voice, for a fleeting moment, they feel like a strange kind of comfort. Maybe all I need is someone by my side, someone I don't have to hide anything from. I can't stand it when you stay silent. I'm trying my best too. Did you really think it would be easy? How naive, Matthew. You reason just like your father. Wasn't he the one who got you into trouble? I'm at my limit. I really can't take it anymore. I can feel the anger boiling inside me. I have the impression that she was aiming for exactly this. I'm exhausted from talking. You know, I gotta like move the cursor around, and then the cursor just randomly is just out of my control. It's like really annoying. I can't bear even one more word. I shake of her hand, seize her by the neck, and slam her against the wall. Classic. You know, it makes me think that dynamic. I don't know. I won't see much of the dynamic between the two yet, but it makes me think of Coffee and Annie Lily a little bit. I don't know. What are you expecting me to do? What reaction do you hope for? That's your goal? Do you really think you can control me? The hold grows firmer, and for an instant her expression reveals surprise, a hint of shock at the strength. I'm looking for the path that will bring me to him. I feel empty. All my energy is gone, and I no longer care to make sense of it. I release her and step back. I return home with my last ounce of strength collapsed onto the sofa. She joins me sitting close, but it doesn't matter to me. She can do as she pleases. She runs her hand along my back and leans in, her breath barely touching my lips. You'll have to do it again, but everything will be fine because I'll be with you. I close my eyes, exhausted. Okay, that's the game. Thanks for playing the demo. Alright. I wonder what the... I mean, I can guess, but I was gonna say, I wonder what the relationship between May and Matthew is, Probably something. Some kind of weird satanic contract. I don't know. I was thinking like he was like a demon or something, like she's not actually there. I don't know. Anyway. I don't know. I guess I'll quit the game real quick just to get back to the main menu, maybe? Just want to see the main menu again. There you go. Main menu. Kind of reminds me of, I never actually read or watched Chainsaw Man, though I did read the few first chapters, I think. I didn't like it, but I don't know. It's very controversial, by the way. I don't like Chainsaw Man. Maybe I have to give it another shot in the future sometime. In the far, far future. I don't know. I don't feel like I have time to like watch a whole anime or read a whole manga. Depends on my mood. But anyway. I was gonna say though, in relation to Chainsaw Man, she reminds me a little bit of Makima, right? She's like the Makima character, kind of like manipulating the protagonist, I guess, But anyway, but yeah, there you go. Bound by Blood. As it is. I mean, for one, let me focus on the positives. One, I mean, I think the graphics are great. I think it looks like it's maybe an RPG Maker as far as I understand. I could be wrong, but it feels like RPG Maker. And for an RPG Maker game, the graphics look great. I don't know if it's in the latest engine or something. I don't know, but I mean, I play a lot of RPG Maker games, and this one looks pretty good. I don't know why in the main menu, why he looks so weird though. Why is he like a weird skeleton? Anyway, not a skeleton, but like it looks like his face is sunken in. I don't know, but again, overall though, the graphics look great. Like the characters look, they look like, well, they look good, Music is alright. Nothing really stands out for the music, but it's there, so it's fine. What else? I mean, I like the idea, the themes, the themes. I mean, I like the general premise, really. The fact that you are the murderer, and you're the one trying to get away with the crime, right? Because a lot of mystery detective games you are playing the detective, right? But this is like the other way around, where you're trying to like not make yourself slip up, right? So that's kind of cool in terms of like the theme, just the general idea. Right, just imagine like Danganronpa, like Danganronpa, except you're the killer. That's an interesting idea, right? Because usually it's not the case. Usually you have to find out the killer and and then out them and then whatever, right? But the fact that you're the bad guy, seems like an interesting twist, right? But I don't know. But how I feel about the gameplay itself, I feel like, I don't know, maybe you have to play through it like a few more times to really get an idea of how it works. But it just seems kind of shallow though, So you just pick a few choices. But I don't like the idea, for one, where you pick a choice and the characters, I don't know. They say some things, but if it doesn't feel like what you pick mattered that much, really. I don't know. I think the difference between Phoenix Wright and this game, even though Phoenix Wright is like a little bit more linear, I feel like. But in Phoenix Wright, there's like a court record, right? So there's things that are specific pieces of evidence that you have to pay attention to. And so in this game, they don't really, point that out. And so it feels like everything you say doesn't really matter that much, except maybe the 6 o'clock alibi sort of. But otherwise, I don't know. I wish in like the beginning phase, the phase 1 essentially, what it says in the, what is it, on the demo page? Where is it? Display capture. In the demo page, they ask seemingly innocent questions, but then you manipulate dialogue, and then you gather 5 key pieces of information, that kind of thing. And maybe I missed all of it, I don't know, because I was trying to be elusive, right, evasive, to not give too much information away. Maybe that's why. So it might be just me, in my playthrough. Well, like I do feel like when we're doing that phase 1, I didn't really get enough evidence for anything, right? Nothing really got me anything that helped me for my alibi. The alibi just kind of came out of nowhere. Just something that Matthew just came up instead of the player naturally building up that alibi, right? So I wish the phase 1 was a bit more involved. You know, the questions that you pick will inform that your alibi for phase 2, right? And depending on what you pick, that's what it would be, right? So I wish, you know, that was a little bit more involved in phase 1, because otherwise it just felt like typical like RPG dialogue where like it didn't really matter which ones I picked, and maybe like if I picked the wrong one, my stress meter might go up or something. I don't know, but anyway. So phase 1 didn't feel like all that interesting. Phase 2 was a little bit more interesting because it felt like, you know, you actually had to pick the right decisions. You know, it's like you had to pick the basically the ones that actually match the logical path of, you know, you'd be of what you're trying to say. And so it's a little bit more interesting, but I do kind of wish there was a little bit more. I mean, again, for one, I don't like the cursor moving erratically. I mean, it's two things, right? The mini games are okay, but I don't like the way it's implemented, right? Where it takes the player out of control. I don't love that. It makes me feel like I'm failing not because of my own decisions or my own skill level. It's more so just it feels random, right? So I don't like that part, you know? Again, maybe it's because I play Dark Souls. You know, it's like the same thing with Dark Souls, right? In Dark Souls, you lose not because of random chance usually, but rather you gotta get good, right? So that's what I like about the Souls games. So even though it's difficult, you're still in control, right? I feel like in some parts of the minigames, it felt like there's nothing you could have done, you would have lost anyway, right? So I don't like that, right? So I wish it was improved in that sense, right? It's a bit more balanced and maybe less of it, you know, less of like the actual minigame. I don't know. Like I feel like the game kind of like, what's the word? It relied on it too much, right? Remember in Danganronpa, I guess if you ever played it, they do have those similar mini games, but it only happened every once in a while, right? It didn't really happen like every single time, you know, for every single question, right? There was a little bit more back and forth in between, and then a little bit of a mini game maybe. And to be honest, I didn't even love the mini games in Danganronpa. They're okay, but what I like the most about about Danganronpa is more so the Phoenix Wright sections, you know, where you pick apart a testimony and then you go like "Sorewachigaoyo," you know, using like a evidence, you know, from the record, just like in Phoenix Wright, you know, objection, right? That's the part that's interesting, and that's kind of the part that's missing in this game, right? And it's because you are the one making the testimony. So in that case, well, is there some kind of a mechanic that's equivalent then in that case, right? It would be nice. So for example, like the police officer would say something that would be like, actually this happened, you know, he tries to like object you, but then you reverse uno him and be like, actually your assumption is wrong because of this, you know, like you would show up some evidence from phase 1 that shows that you are innocent, right? At least supposedly, like maybe like a lie or something that you've been using, and then you would show that actually his like objection is wrong or something, right? Like sorewachigaoyo, you know, sorewachigaoyo, you're sorewachigaoyo or something, you know. So like that's the idea, right? So I kind of wish there was a bit of that, you know, a little bit more back and forth in phase 2, and a little bit more like something to refute the police officer or like whoever is trying to question you. That would be interesting, in my opinion, anyway. Because otherwise, it felt kind of samey, right? It just kind of felt like, oh, you gotta pick this, and you gotta pick that, and you gotta pick this, and you gotta pick that, and you gotta pick this. You know, like if the mini games weren't there, it would feel a little bit monotonous, right? You just kind of pick whatever's the right answer, I guess. You know, it's just a quiz at the end of the day. So I don't know. I didn't feel all that interesting in that sense, right? I wish it was a little bit more like. Again, it was inspired. Apparently, it's inspired by Ace Attorney and Danganronpa. Apparently, Undertale. I guess the Undertale part is the freaking cursor. I don't like that part. If you're gonna do that part, make it bullet hell or something. You know, I didn't see any bullet hell. Anyway, but yeah, especially the Ace Attorney Danganronpa part. Like, I think that part was missing. The idea of like, you know, refuting sentences, right, or like pointing out the logic in someone's words, right? That kind of thing. That's the part that drew me to those games, and I feel like it was kind of missing in this one. You know, it just felt more like you're just picking choices and that's it. Anyway, what else? I guess the other thing as well, and this is a nitpick that is kind of like a preference thing, really, but I also felt like this game relied a lot on narration, and this is how I feel about a lot of visual novels. You know, a lot of like text-heavy games. And again, it might be a preference thing, but you know, she's like, oh, I felt that she was actually lying to me. She was actually gaslighting me in the way she said those words, you know, like that kind of thing. And it's like, you don't have to tell me that. That could just be evident in the way she said something, right? Or her facial expression or whatever it is. Like, I feel like if you compare this game, actually, again, I mentioned the Confident Nanny Lily, which I feel like is better writing, though I guess some people might disagree. In that game, in Nemle's writing, which I don't know if I should call them that anymore. Technically, they're not Nemle anymore, but anyway, you know, the writing for that game and the games in general from that particular developer is very good, because a lot of it is reading in between the lines. So you don't have to explain everything. You don't have to say, like, you know, behind her words is venom, you know, like she could just say it. And then the player would assume, because of the way she said it in the context, that she meant it that way, right? It's like you don't have to over-explain everything as if like I'm missing all the social cues, you know? Like the part of the fun, I feel like, of like story, like very story-heavy games, very dialogue-heavy games, is the fact that the player themselves have to interpret what the characters are saying and what they're meaning, right? And that should be evident in the writing, right? Reading in between the lines instead of spelling it out, right? That's what I always complain about in a lot of like story-heavy games, right? And I feel like in this game, it's not too much, but it's a little bit too much, right? It's just a little bit too much. I do feel like the dialogue is there. I like the dialogue. I especially like his relationship with May and everything, and how like it seems like, you know, at least on the surface anyway, it doesn't seem all that nice, you know. She's the whole time she's like seemingly nice with the way she says things, but like obviously she's not, right? She's manipulating him, and he notices that, right? So, you know, again, we don't need to like explain that, you know. It should just be obvious, right? Or maybe not obvious, but it should be like, you know, implied, right? What's the word for that? I forget what the word is, but it's subtle, I guess, or understated, you know, something like that. It doesn't have to be like described in such a detailed way. That will work with books, right? Novels, because there's no visuals. But with this kind of game, like a visual novel, like I would say Phoenix Wright is a visual novel, you have visuals, you have graphics, you have music, you have sound effects. You know, you have other ways to show that you know, something's happening, right? You can even like cut the music. You know, sometimes the silence can mean something too. Like you have music playing and then suddenly you cut the music and the character says something that could have a different meaning, you know, when you do that, right? You know, that kind of thing, right? You gotta manipulate it in different ways. And that's why I feel like visual novels are kind of this weird medium between books and full-on like you know, TV shows or something like that, right? So that's why I prefer visual novels to be written like screenplays, right? That's how I feel would be the best way to write a visual novel, but that's just me. Anyway, that's just like a whole rant just to say that, you know, I just prefer it to be written that way, you know? Even though a lot of like classic visual novels are not written that way, they're definitely written more like books, but I don't know. I guess I just don't like books, I guess. I like a specific type of, you know, novel. Basically Phoenix Wright. I don't know, I could be misremembering, but if you look at Phoenix Wright dialogue, there isn't a lot of narration actually. There's a little bit, but like for the most part, it's very dialogue heavy, right? It's like characters talking to each other and like, you know, a little bit of like the protagonist's thoughts. But otherwise, there's not a lot of narration really. Like a lot of it's carried by what the characters are saying and the double meanings of what they're saying, especially in the testimonies, right? When they lie and things like that. That's the whole point of the game, is like to pick apart that, right? To notice like if something's off. That's the whole point, right? You're not supposed to spell it out. You're supposed to figure it out yourself, just like in real life, right? When people say something, they never really mean what they say, you know? People never say what they mean, and they never mean what they say. Yeah, in like human conversation anyway, I feel like. Anyway, yeah, but there you go. Those are my thoughts on the game. I mean, I guess I'll see. I'll see what the full game is like. Again, I am kind of interested in the way the premise is written and like the character's relationship. I just wonder, like, again, my little things, my little preferences, you know, I wonder if they'll change any of that. If they do, definitely coming back to it, but if not, I don't know. Because those are the small things that I don't like, right? Again, the little, like, weird mini-games and the fact that it over-explains everything, you know? But anyway, that's it for Bound by Blood, the demo. I guess, let's move on to another game. So it's been about 2 hours, so I'm probably gonna take a break, but let me, you know, switch it first. Let's see, what's another game I wanted to play today? Well, I want to try this one. I guess we'll see. Let's see. It's called Maidnight Massacre. It's apparently kind of gory. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. Let's see. I'll have to capture it. Can I full screen it? Or is it? Or can you not full screen it? I don't know. I don't think you can. Oh no, maybe you kind of can. Oh, this kind of looks weird though. Oh, it's not being captured. No music either. Okay, maybe I use game capture instead. Game capture. There you go. I don't know how much that helps. Kind of. Oh, I need to like... it's kind of weird. Because of the window bar, it's like not... Unless I... What's the... No, I don't want to do that. I was gonna say, like, I think there's a hotkey for, like, making it... fully full screen? Was it F11 or something? Not F12, right? F12 is screenshot. Steam. I don't know. I think I'm like... No, F11 on the browser. You know, this is what I was trying to do. Like on the browser, makes you do this, right? So you don't need to see a taskbar in the window bar, so it's like fully screen, but you can't do that in the game. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just stretch it, I guess. Yes, I'll stretch it. Like this, not like that. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. Alright. So the next game is Maidnight Massacre. Let me change the things. I gotta change all the things again. Let's see. So, I'm gonna add the game description, or the game in the description. Change the name of the game. Here, in the brackets. Maybe more games later, I'm not sure. Depending on how long this game is. Plus more. Maidnight Massacre, was me. You know, it was me. I'm the killer. It was me all along, you know? That's a reference to, like, I think a wrestling meme. Like, it was me, Austin. It was me all along. It's like a revelation, you know, that they were the ones manipulating the events the whole time or something. 209 timestamp. And name of the game again is Maidnight Massacre. Maidnight? I guess it's a pun. It's actually a pun. Maidnight, midnight. You know? I changed the game as well. Did the Twitch not update? Usually when they update... No, there you go. It was me. I'm the killer. Is it in a category? Maidnight Massacre? No. Guess I'll just put in games demos. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. So again, like Maidnight Massacre. Apparently it's I don't know if it says it's a demo. It says released, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of like not a full game yet. You know, it says here, working on extended version. You know, I've seen that a while, quite a bit, by the way. When sometimes I play like games on itch.io and they're like, you know, this is not complete. We'll make a full game eventually, and then like it never gets done. So I kind of wait until it gets like fully done and just never does. So I just never play it. Anyway, but I want to try this one out. But before I do that, I'm gonna take a quick break, actually. So I'm gonna grab a snack, go to the washroom, be right back. After a few minutes, then I'll play Maidnight Massacre. Let me, I guess, mute the game. There's a little bit ambience, but I'm just gonna mute the game so I can just play Edgeworth music, I guess. Alright. BRB. Alright. Very happy, upbeat music. You know? That I don't know if it matches the game they're gonna play, but anyway. Alright, let me just pause it. Turn on the game music again. Feels very faint. I don't know if the game's gonna be louder than this, but... Alright. So let me just look at the story page. I mean, it's not much. It's just anime girls, but it's a chilling visual novel where you play as the killer. Yeah, another game, by the way. It's a bit of a theme here. Where you play as the murderer. Can you silence them all before your cover is blown? No. Okay. Oh, actually, there is a full screen. Hold on. Well, it might not work. Hold on, let me see. Oops, not that one. Oops, press the wrong one. Okay. Press 2. Nothing happened. I pressed the 2. You know, the game page said, press 2 to toggle between full screen and windowed. And it didn't work. So, and apparently, you talk to these anime girls and then you kill them. I guess. I don't know. We'll see what it's about. It is by Fungi. I swear, wasn't there like another Fungi game developer? As far as I know, they didn't make any other games. Or some kind of fungal type developer. Alright. But let's check out this game, Maidnight Massacre. And I think it's, well, there was a warning appeared in the beginning of the game, but I'll say it again. This game is tagged as horror, so there might be some disturbing themes and probably graphic violence. Your discretion is advised. Let's press enter. Okay. Was that a parody of, you know, like a person saying that, like, you know? What is that a parody of? Like isn't it Resident Evil? Like Resident Evil, you know, like the first Resident Evil when you press start, like the narrator says that, you know. Is there a reference to that? Anyway, well, we begin. There is a nurse, I think, on a wheelchair, and then we press talk, I guess. Hello. At this hour, what business? I feel it's a typo. At this hour, what business do you have lurking about the foyer when the whole manor sleeps? Or perhaps waiting, hoping that he'll call for you again? Don't delude yourself. Master's always had his eyes on my legs. Mine, your legs. That hasn't changed, and it never will. You think you've stolen something precious? Was it Maria stole something precious or something? Stole this precious thing? You grafted freak. Whenever he summons you to his chambers, it isn't you he's touching. It's my legs he remembers. My legs he caresses through you. Now get away from me. Crawl back to whatever corner of this house you were spat from. Okay. What a weird setup. Apparently, we grafted her legs onto us, and then we spend time with the master, and then she's like, actually, it's my legs. So I'm the winner, you know? Huh? She can't walk. She can't run. She's weak, trapped in that chair. This makes her the easiest target. It starts here, the first of many to come. Her death sets the pace. One by one, they'll fall. Okay. I don't know if we have a choice. I don't know, I'm just checking the store page to see if there's any other controls, but, you know, that's it. It seems like it's just arrow keys and the enter button. You know, that's all we have. So it's time to kill. Did we just kill? That's it? Is that the game? Is just killing? We just go up to random anime girls, or we press the murder button? I don't know, that seems very, what's the word, mechanically deep, I guess. You know. Oop. Who's down the left? What is wrong with you? What are you looking at me like that? I told you to get away. Did you not hear me? Get... Again, warning, this... I mean, it's already too late, but the game is... Yeah, it's quite graphic. Also, quite a clean slice as well. I don't know if you slice a skull like that clean. Anyway, blood clings to me. I should wash in the courtyard fountain to the left before I continue. Okay. Again, what was that on the left? Was that us or... I don't know. I can move now. Whee! On the left? Can I go to the right instead? Oh, you just move around like this. Huh. Well, again, the game told me to go to the left, so I want to see what's on the right then. Oh, you. Oh, is that... Oh, it wasn't clear, but I guess the little... Because I thought that was part of the scenery, but I guess, no, that's just... Is that our avatar, I guess? That's who we look like, I guess. It's like our icon. So we can go just over here and talk to this anime girl. Or we can just keep going. Oh, lock tight. I'll need the kitchen key. Anyway, what if we simply just talk to you right now? Nona. It doesn't look like she has anything to say. Not like she could even if she wanted to. She's still mourning the loss of her voice. Good. I'll make that sorrow the wish that breaks her. Okay. So, the other one lost her legs, and this one lost her voice. Talk. There's no point to talking to this mute idiot. You know, that's so rude. I ridicule. Yarr. It must be strange to hear your own voice mocking you. I guess because we have her voice. He's letting her guard down. Only a little more and I have her. I blinked. As if that would matter to someone with no tongue. Pathetic. Who's never gonna lower her guard. Well, can I threaten? She's not the type to be intimidated. I'll need another way to slip past her defenses. Can I threaten again? Okay, what if we snip? Snip! I snipped the air, and she answered with nothing but a hollow little tune. Even mute, she still managed to mock me. Okay. Fine, let's do it properly this time, I guess. It's time to sing! La la la. And she's like, "Arr, that's my voice." She breaks at last. Arr. How sweetly her voice sang for me, and she will remain silent for eternity. Emotion has unmade her defenses. Now is the time to finish her. Is that how that works? Because otherwise she would have somehow, you know, countered us? I don't know. Did she have a weapon? Anyway, we must commit assault. Isn't that illegal? I mean, we already murdered someone. That's also super illegal, but anyway. It's just a slice through the head. You know, isn't it like a... I mean, this is quite disgusting and morbid, but I was just gonna say, like, this reminds me of, what's that meme that I saw? That, I mean, I don't have a TikTok, but like, it was popular on TikTok, and then people react to it. It's like, cake, you know? Is this cake or real, I guess, you know? And it's like pictures or videos of something, like an object. And then as it turns out, you know, someone brings a knife to it and cuts it open, and like, it's cake actually, you know? It's like, it's just a very realistically looking cake, you know? If that makes sense. So like, that's what that reminds me of, you know? Turns out she's just made of cake, that's all. Don't worry about it. Nona was responsible for the dishes. Figured she'd have the kitchen key. I have the kitchen key. We just keep going. The key fits. The kitchen is now unlocked. Okay. La 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 la. You know, I never cleaned up, so I don't know if that matters, but... here's this person. She seems pretty happy. Hang on, can I go this way? Oh, there's another person. What she remind me of? I don't know why, but she reminds me of someone. Like another anime girl. I mean, she reminds me of... I think it's... What's her face? What's her name? This one. Yeah, it reminds me of one of the beginner characters you play in Genshin Impact. Noelle, right? It reminds you of Noelle. She's even a maid as well. You know? Anyway. That's what she just reminds me of. You know, if I try to kill her, she's gonna bring her giant claymore and cut me in half. Anyway. I guess the wall, there's an invisible wall there. And there's some stairs, but I don't know if I can go up the stairs somehow. Anyway, I'll talk to you, I guess. You seem pretty happy. Ah, it's you, hello. Ella, helpless thing. No arms, no sense. Just always gazing across the mansion. No arms? It looks like she has arms, though. But I guess it's like, I don't know, full metal alchemist arms? And why is she putting it between her boobs like that? That looks weird. Anyway. Her eyes never seem to fully focus, like her mind is somewhere else all the time. Nona was her best friend. I need to find a way behind those cloudy eyes. I stare. Why are you looking at me like that? Can I help you? Good. Now for attention. Let's give her what she wants. I ridicule you. Don't look at them like that. They're just tools the master gave me. Okay. I ridicule from the very beginning. Huh? Did you say something? She's still too deep in her own world. Better start this slow. I nourish. Whatever that means. She's not paying attention to me yet. Maybe later. Okay, I stare. I guess, yeah, you just gotta pick the right option. It's kinda weird, though. Let's, threaten. If you try to hurt me, I'll fight back. I'm not as weak as you think. She remains unfazed. It's too early to threaten her. Okay. That was weird. So the top left is like, blinking, by the way. I'm assuming that means, I don't know, if the curtain opens too much, everyone gets alerted and you lose or something? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we stare at her. And then we nourish. Food? Yes, I like that. Hunger loosens what fear could not. Fear and Hunger, you know, by Miro, was it? What's the developer's name for Fear and Hunger? I think it's Miro. Can I even open this on Steam? I cannot. It's restricted. I was gonna open up the Steam store page for Fear and Hunger. I guess I look at the Wikipedia page instead. You know, I was just double checking the developer's name, Miro. Miro Harurin. I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, it's just Fear and Hunger. I wonder if that's a reference. You know, I wonder if that's a deliberate reference or not. I'm not sure. Anyway, Fear and Hunger. Those are the keys. And then I talk. Why are you even here? Just to chat? She just again, hide behind small words. Talking circles won't cut through the haze. Can I taunt? Stop looking at them. I can still manage. Yeah, just like she can manage when others have to prepare her food for her. Pride wrapped around her weakness. Now I'll overwhelm her with the truth. I didn't mean... I don't know, I want to see what the other option is. I'm just exploring all the options, really. And I talk to you about Mara? Mara? What does she have to do with this? That was not smart. She barely interacts with Mara. Okay. So we're gonna do this all again? I don't know, I just want to see all the branches. Curious. Fury Hunger. So instead of taunt, what's console? Console. Game console. No, console? You don't mean that, you're just saying it to sound kind. She clings tighter to her calm, wary of comfort. Consolation only feeds the mass, not the cracks. Okay, let's taunt then. You have big boobs, you know, is that our taunt? Like, I don't know what we say exactly, but... With the truth, I'd say... I mean, Nona's the best friend, so I feel like that's the correct option, but... I just want to see what happens when we say Master. Master? Don't twist his name like that. He gave me these arms. Without it, I'd be nothing. She clings to him like a shield, hiding inside the gift he left her. That devotion won't crack her. Okay, well, let's talk about your friend then, that I just killed, but... What have you done to Nona? He was my only friend. You'll pay for this. I pulled you. Wait, Master made them for me. You can't take them away, they're mine. Got you. I guess I picked pole because I wasn't sure what pole meant, but I guess that was the correct option. No. Beloved Master, these hands can't touch you anymore, but let my voice reach your heart. I thank you for this gift. It made me hurt so much, yet these tears weren't for nothing. Ah. Great. So the idea is that she lost those arms, but the Master gave her those arms, and she's like, she really likes those arms. I don't know. I picked up emblem half. Great. I got the emblem half. Hey, by the way, I killed a random maid to your left. You didn't see any of that? I guess not. You don't smell anything? No blood? No? Hi. Rika. The deaf maid. Oh, okay. I was wondering. I guess she didn't hear anything. I guess she'll smell it, right? Anyway. She works down here in the pantry and has no clue what is happening. You know, it seems like every maid in this mansion has some kind of disability, you know? Like, is this meant to be like a... I don't know what you call it, but like a inclusive workplace, you know? This is supposed to be just an inclusive workplace. Right? Everyone has a disability, and this is supposed to be for people who need a job, you know? And yet we're murdering everyone. Seems kind of harsh. Anyway, but she's an easy kill. I could just kill her directly, I guess. But what if we just talk? Say hi. Yes, I need your head disconnected from your body. I threaten you. Why would I threaten her? She has already let her guard down. I hug. Oh, gaining her trust like a lamb led to gentle to the blade. I guess we just did for fun, I guess. Anyway, time to murder. Oh, here she goes. That's her head clean off, actually. This time, not just half the head. I wonder what the roses mean. I guess the roses are like, how many maids are left, I guess? We're just killing all the maids for some reason. And apparently they all like the Master. It's like this is weird, like, I don't know, sex cult? I'm not sure. Anyway. I don't know, weird thing where everyone loves the Master, like the harem thing. Yeah, we're murdering everyone. Just because. Whee! I guess we'll go to the left. Last time I didn't even go to the left. Let's go to the left now. There's a fountain. You lower your arm into the fountain. The water stirs, tinting faintly red, as though the stone itself remembers the maid. I wash. You lower your arm into the fountain. The water stirs, tinting faintly red. Oh, same thing. Okay. So I guess that fully hides our face. Again, I guess it's implied to be like, it's kind of like an HP meter, sort of. Like, it kind of goes back and forth though, but I guess in the sense that if this is fully shown, then that means we lose, I guess. Because we get outed as the murderer, technically, even though it's kind of obvious. We just go around killing everyone. The two halves join together and fit into the circular indentation. A hidden mechanism activates. Okay, so I guess if you went here earlier, it would have been locked anyway. So we had to go here anyway, you know. Hello. Are you okay? Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Master is saying it to me, I can hear it. Clara, her mind fractured into two pieces. Two voices, two faces. Classic trope, I guess. What's she wearing? What is that? Never certain which one is staring back at me. This is a weird fetish game. I threaten you. Rats? Ooh, how delicious. Let me open. I want to see the voices crawl out. She begs with a knife like a whore for coin. Okay. I whisper. Oh wait, don't, please, it's too loud. I just want it to stop. There it is. A fragile little mouse hidden inside the shrieking beast. I confess. You confess to me? Haha, filthy liar, wicked liar, drenched in sin. Yes, redeem yourself in blood. The choir returned, shrieking through her split skull. I deny. Deny? You can't. You can't. If you deny, then what am I? What's left of me? Interesting. Well, I kind of just pick random options, but I end up just, I guess, landing here, I guess. Oh well. Master, I'm finally free. I don't know, it's a weird game. I mean, despite the, you know, the gore and all that, but like, it's also weird in the sense that it just seems like we just pick random options, you know? I guess the idea is you're supposed to figure out what their personalities are like, and then, you know, figure out a way to like get their guard down and all that. Like, it just seems like just random though. So we don't really know them, right? As the player. And who are you? Why does it have big giant boobs? It's Lola. These halls became unsafe the moment you appeared in this manner. I could sense it from the very beginning. The way you walk, the way you talk. It's all a facade. Lola, she's the oldest of them. I have to be very careful with her. Despite being blind, her intuition is spot on. She has an iron will and is an excellent fighter. My only hope is a cheap blow. I have nothing to say to you. Leave and stop moving around. There's no way to talk her guard down. I need to find another way. I can't let her know it's me. I talk to you again, though? Okay, well. She's gonna stab me, I guess, if I talk to her too much. Where do you think we're going? That area's off limits. I can't go down there while she's still here. I guess we go somewhere else. We go all the way back. Backtracking! It's just like, it's the way the game is like showing the area, you know? That's kind of weird. Because it's as if we're like horizontally shifting from side to side, you know? I don't know. It's kind of strange. Though I don't mind the fact that it like, you know, that we go through different areas like this. It's like, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's different, definitely, compared to like a visual novel where we just static PNG and just go to a different location and then it fades black and stuff. But, well, what do I do actually? I don't know. I grab this knife. There's nowhere else to go, it seems like. Look at the controls real quick. I'll look around left and right, navigating options up and down. Yeah, there's not a lot of controls, so. I don't know, it's like, can I go in here somehow? Or is that not a thing? We can wash ourselves, but that's it. Oh well. Oh, wow, now I can attack her for some reason. Oh, is it because I tried to go this way? So now can I assault her? Or maybe it's because I cleaned myself, like that's why. I took a shower, and now she can't smell me, right? And then I kill her. Such a dishonorable way to strike. What are the holes, by the way? That's not her eyes, it's too low. Or I don't know, anyway. I don't get it. Anyway, quite a gory game. Is it gonna be banned on on Twitch? Also, MasterCard and Visa. I know that what that's a reference to. It's when the credit card companies made Itch.io and I believe Steam, you know, kind of like shut down. I'm not shut down, but like restrict a lot of like porn games, I think, or not safe for work games or whatever. So I guess before maybe this had like boobs, you know? I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not really for censorship, but like I would like a censored version so this actually works for me, because otherwise I can't stream it, you know? Anyway. Who are you? Tara. Again, all these just anime girls. They're just random anime girls who are just murdering. Tara, the Master's favorite plaything. She's the most devoted slave of them all. Let's play the same game that Master always plays with her. Here's your reward. Here's $5. I should analyze her face more closely and decide which actions to take depending on it. Okay, again, it's a weird fetish game. Where did I... just double checking. It's not like a not safe for work game, is it? Did I accidentally play a porn game? I don't think so. I'll look at the game page. Anyway, I guess punish. And then punish? I guess not. That's the wrong one. And then reward. She's like, arr. And then punish. Ooh. And then, okay, it's just weird. And then assault. Hee hee. This is why I should have a safe word. Otherwise, your partner will end up slicing off your brain. In detail? In detail. Find the key in the fountain. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna leave the torture dungeon. That's torture sex dungeon and go back to the fountain, I guess. Search. You plunge your hand into the fountain. The mud is dark and heavy, streaked with old blood that stains your skin. You search and search, search and search, but the crimson-colored water made it impossible for you to find anything. Okay. Now what? Wait, I'm stuck. Help. What? Hello? Is the game supposed to do this, or is the game just ends there or something? I don't understand. You know, it's like, what? What do you mean? Hello? I mean, apparently this game has 2 endings, so that's what it says. Like, it has 2 endings. Is that it, or it has to be more, right? It can't just end there. I feel like it just kind of soft locked on me for some reason. Annoying. Annoying. Oh. Hello? Was I gonna click on something else, or what? Clicking all the buttons. This thing's flashing for some reason, I don't really understand. Is that it? Kinda like very anticlimactic if it just ends there. I don't know. Alright, restart the game, I guess. I don't know. I was hoping there would be like an actual ending. I guess I'll speedrun the game, maybe. I was also thinking like seeing what happens if I lose. Like if I just, you know, drain my HP, I guess, somehow. I don't know how it works, but you can't have it. I feel like you can't have an ending where you just like lose immediately, though. I think if you press shift, I guess if you hold shift. And you dead. By God. Okay. It's gonna take a while. Okay, what if I actually want to see what happens if I just deliberately, like, mess up? Not to be thought to be intimidated. Weird. Well, that's our character, by the way. Oh. Now what? It just fades to black. That's it. Your cover has fallen. Game over. Okay. I was hoping for like a different ending or something, but I guess that's it. No, it just ends there. All right. Okay. I guess I'll try to do it again. This time I'll try to maybe follow what the game said, or I don't know. It said like the fountain was stained red, right? So the idea is that maybe it's because we used it. So if we do a playthrough, we don't use it somehow, it would like be a different ending. I don't know. But like, why doesn't the first ending work? I guess if it was supposed to be that you can't find the key or something. Yeah. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Let me check the game page. Is there any comments of like any soft locks, by the way? Oh, it's just only 2 people played it. Ah, damn it. Not a lot of people know about this game, I feel like. Alright. I always find it annoying when the game. This is why I like saves, by the way. Game doesn't have a save system, so lose some points, by the way. So maybe I'm supposed to, because I didn't go to left the first time, so maybe for some reason there's some kind of weird flag where I gotta like go here first, and then... That was weird, I didn't have any text in it, but anyway. Okay, and then... right. Oh, shift makes you go faster. Wee. And then you can't go this way. All right. Wee. Vertical. Okay. Anyway, I was gonna say like this is why you should have a save system in your video game. Doesn't matter if your game is like 2 minutes short. You know, you still need a freaking save system because I have to go through all this again and look at the gore again. It's like, okay, blah blah blah. You know, it's like it's annoying now because I have to do all this all over again. I'll kill you first just for fun. Let's see if there's anything different. Assault. Hee hee. You good? I mean, she's not, but I'm just waiting for her to fall down. Okay, and then go here. I guess pick the right options, I guess. I stare. I nourish. I taunt. And then I talk about Nona. And she's like, what? What do I punch her? I punch. A blocked. What? Flesh against steel. Useless. I kick. The kick roused her frame, but the metal holds. She really is the full mental alchemist. Okay, well, I guess we have to pull the arms, and then she's like, no, don't pull my arms, and then we kill her. Okay. You know, apparently despite being just like big-boobed anime girls, they know karate, somehow. Or, I'm not karate, but you know, they can like somehow block attacks with their arms. Like, what the heck? I thought they're just like defenseless anime girls. I didn't know they had 900 strength. I keep clicking that over and over again. Oh, there's you. There's you. Oh, then I can't solder. Okay, it's kind of weird. You have to leave and then come back. How's that work, by the way? I guess those are her eyes. I couldn't tell, but I guess that's her mouth over there. Oh, it just feels lower. Because, I mean, I guess because of the slice, but I guess those are her eyes. Okay, but the eyes are already gone, though, because she's blind. But you, don't do it. Obey. Yes, obey. Serve. Break your spine. She mistakes madness for loyalty. Have to find another way. Alright. Pity? You don't mean it. You're laughing inside. Comfort. Don't touch me. That's what they said before they... She recalls like a cornered rat. No warmth left in her steel. Okay. Whatever. I just pick the right options, I guess. Murder! Hooray! Squishy sounds? Alright. Again, if the game soft locks again, I'm just gonna be like upset, but alright. You. Punish. Reward. Punish. That's all. Massacre and Visa. Does she represent Massacre and Visa? That's another way to, you know, it's not just censorship. She's simply the what's the word? The manifestation of the credit card companies, you know? Anyway, alright, apparently, again, the game soft lock when I search, so... There's anything else I should be doing? Nothing over here, seems like. Darkness. Nothing, it's just an invisible wall. Okay. If the game soft locks again, I'm gonna be up shit. You plunge your hand into the fountain. The mud is dark and heavy. A streak of old blood has stained your skin. You search and search. Search and search. But the crimson colored water made it impossible for you to find anything. And then the game soft locks. Okay. I'll do one more thing. One more thing. I'll do a run without using the fountain, right? Because you think that'd be like the idea. It's just that why is it just kind of stops there? I don't get it. Not even any conclusion. Very annoying. Blah blah blah. I have to kill these anime girls so often. Hurry up. Just die already, Wendy. Looks kind of like Wendy. You know, Wendy's the burger restaurant or whatever. Okay, so ridicule. Ding. And then murder. Freaking, I'm going on a murder speed run, by the way. Oh, and then over here. Stare. Nourish. Taunt. And Nona. You know, again, the art looks great, by the way. They all make, like, strange faces, but I think it looks good. And of course, the gore. Pretty good, too. Why does it have to soft block, you know? I do feel like, though, this is just a game for the developer to... I don't know. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Or the current, like, group. Maybe I should have hugged her first and then killed her or something. I don't know. Anyway, I was gonna say, like, this is just, I feel like it's just an excuse for the developer or whoever drew the art to showcase their OCs, you know? A very sadistic artist, if so, because, you know, we just kill all of them, but anyway. Excuse. Anyway. Gotta kill her next. Split personality. I guess, well, it's funny, because again, everyone has a quote-unquote disability. I guess the reason why her hair is missing here is because, I guess, a piece of her brain was taken out or something? Is that what it is? Because everyone's missing something, it seems like, right? Also, I noticed, like, these marks over here. I thought it was from her blood from before, every time you kill her, but actually, it's here from the very beginning. I wonder what that means. What is this? Is the master biter or something? I don't know. Whisper. Also, I just noticed she's handcuffed too. Anyway. Confess. And deny. And can kill. Why is this one kill and the other ones are assault? Is there a difference? I'm not sure. I guess if they're defenseless, I guess. Technically. Stop. What does that mean? Who's there? Oh, it's just you. I already told you to leave me. Stop walking around. Oh. And that's all. Kind of weird. I don't know what that means. We just go back and forth and somehow she dies? Like, how's that work? Wouldn't she hear us? Our footsteps? Anyway. You... Punish, reward, and punish. I mean, she's helpless. I mean, this person's helpless, and yet it's also the term was assault. So I don't know. Anyway, brain gone. I guess again, find the key in the fountain. So here we go again. I gotta find the key in the fountain, but every time I do, the game soft locks. So, but this time I barely even used it. So does it count? I'm not sure. Let's see. You plunge your hand into the fountain, your gaze piercing through the crystal clear surface of the water. You see something shimmering and pick it up. Okay, finally, we have the key now. Nothing special. But before, we didn't have the key. And the flower is glowing for some reason. And then the game kind of freezes. I couldn't do anything. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, and here is another person? What's the deal with her? Why is there blood there? Is she, or is it like her blood is being drained or something? Is that how that works? Well, anyway, I guess we'll just kill this maid. I don't know who she is, but... It all ends here. Sleep tight, heartless maiden. She blocked my blade. Nani? Okay, well, it just ends there. Is that it? It just kind of ends. So there you go. Okay, that's it. I don't know. Interesting. I don't know if I mean, they mentioned a master, and they said it was a he, so that wasn't a master. That was just another maid. I was just thinking, like, you think the ultimate target, the penultimate target, would be the master, right? So I guess it just ends there. Well, there you go. I'm not sure. Like, again, was the because obviously the part where the game kind of punishes you, or not punish you, but like you can't get that ending, you know, where you try to execute the last maid or seemingly last maid, if you use the fountain to clean yourself. And that's the idea, I guess. It's like a really weird mechanic because I feel like it's not that punishing, but like the idea is that if you choose the wrong choices enough times, then technically you get a game over because it kind of reviews your avatar's face, like your HP meter. And if you use the fountain, you can reset your HP. But if you use the fountain, then it gets stains with blood. And so at the point where you need to find the key in the fountain, you can't get it, right? It's the idea. But like the game kind of like abruptly like soft locks for some reason. I don't know if that's supposed to be intentional, right? It did mention there's like 2 endings. I don't know if the ending counts like a game over. The game over doesn't seem like an ending to me. So it's weird, right? You think like it would an ending would play then, right? If you can't proceed at that point, something would happen. But like nothing. It just kind of stops there. It just kind of freezes. I couldn't go anywhere, press a button, nothing happens. It was very strange. But like obviously if you do the part where if you go through all the options without, you know, having your cover blown, I guess, and not needing to use the fountain, then obviously you got the ending that I just got. But and of course kind of ends on a cliffhanger, I guess. I don't know, weird. I wonder if the soft lock was intentional, or is it just like it's just bad design, you know, where like it looks like a soft lock but actually it's just an ending, you know. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's it. But there you go. What do I say about this game? Again, I mean, it's very gory for one, but I think the graphics look great, you know? The art looks really good, actually. Like, all the different designs. It's a shame we don't really spend that much time with any of them, so I don't really know what's going on in terms of the story, the context. We're just kind of murdering a bunch of anime girls for some reason. I don't get it. So, I mean, obviously, the game page did mention how, like, there's an extended version will be made, so maybe it will explore more of that, you know? What's going on in the mansion and why these maids are obsessed with their master or something. I don't know, but by itself, you know, it just seems like a weird murder fetish game. But anyway, it's fine. You know, and again, it's more like apparently, again, it says like it's like a, again, there's gonna be extended version. So I don't know what you call this. Like, it does have an ending, so I'm gonna be calling it a demo, but like it's kind of like a prototype, I guess is what you call it, right? It's like it's not technically fully done. But I don't know. I guess, I mean, that's the thing I would say, you know. I don't know if it's fair to say, but like it's like my only criticism is definitely like we just don't know any. There's no context, you know, for the game. And maybe, you know, the idea is that in the beginning, obviously, we don't know anything that's happening, and it slowly reveals, you know, what's going on. And I kind of get an idea, right? Apparently, the master like obviously takes a part of each of these anime girls, I guess, and also puts it on the protagonist, I guess, which is what we're playing as. And somehow they're abusing them, but like it's kind of like this weird thing where, you know, he mind broke all of them. I don't know. Anyway, it's fucked up. But you know, I guess that's the implication. I guess like what I wonder is like, why are we killing everyone? You know, what's going on? You know, is it a revenge? Like, is this for revenge? You know, such a lust for revenge? Who? You know, it's like, what are we doing exactly? What's our motivation? You know, that kind of thing. You know, like when an actor, you know, talks to the director and it's like, what's my motivation? You know, in this scene. That kind of thing, you know. I don't feel like, you know, my actions have any weight because I don't know the consequences, right? Like, why are we doing this? What's going on? You know, it's like, I don't know. Anyway, maybe that's obviously will be explained in the full game. I guess I'll see what the full game is like. I don't know to add anything significant, but I'm hoping that the soft lock, I assume is a soft lock, at least that would be fixed, would be nice, but I don't know. Anyway, I guess that's it for Maidnight Massacre. A very, very gory game, but it has cute anime girls, you know, and they all get murdered, but yeah, whatever. Like the designs. It's just too bad they all get murdered, you know? Anyway. You know, I say that, well, I half mean that, you know? Because, I mean, I do like a little bit of gore. Yeah. There's gotta be a little bit of build up though, I feel like, you know? Like, if they just die like that, it's like, I don't know. Again, it just didn't feel like significant, you know? Maybe I'm just heartless, but like, it just didn't feel like you gotta emotionally attach me to the characters first and then kill them, you know? Then I'll be sad. Otherwise, again, it's like GTA, you know, like in GTA, you just run around, just shoot a bunch of NPCs. They don't mean anything, right? They're just NPCs. They don't have a backstory. They don't have family or friends, you know? They don't have like a life story. They're just a random NPC that popped out in existence because of ones and zeros one day, you know? That's what I want. I want them to have like an actual emotional backstory, and then they die in a horrific way, you know? Basically corpse party, but anyway. Anyway, I guess it's time to move on. What's another game I could play? Let's see. Do I have another game? I think I do. There's like a couple, maybe. There's this one. I wonder how long it is, though. Hold on, let me see. That one's pretty short, I think. There's like another demo I could play. This is this one. I wonder how long this one is. It's 15 to 30 minutes. Doesn't seem that long. Oh, nothing. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I was gonna play something called this. Primary Exit. I found it randomly. I was gonna say, like, the name looks familiar, though. Did I play another game of theirs? I did. Actually, I did. I played this one, I think. Yeah. I played this one before. I remember this one was a little janky, though. Like, a slightly janky. I'm not sure. But apparently they made another one. Another horror game, anyway. I mean, they made other games, of course, but I only play horror games, so... Or not only horror games, but... I'm definitely more interested if it's a horror game. So let's try out this one. I think I have like a downloaded version, so let me open that up. Seems to be... Actually, I don't know. Is it an RPG Maker game? I don't know. Alright, window capture. Okay, this is RPG Maker. When you see the sound effects and the menu, it's definitely an RPG Maker game. I don't like that. When I've had full screen, it just looks like that. I'll just do this. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Let me, quite loud, by the way. At least the music here is quite loud. Hold on. Guess I'll just lower it. Slightly. I don't know if the actual rest of the game will be this loud. But let me see. Let me change my details on the stream. Let me add Primary Exit by, I don't know how to pronounce the name of the developer, SighingSlider? Primary Exit, and this will probably be the last one. And the game did say it's like 15 to 30 minutes, so it better be 15 to 30 minutes. Which really should be, is really an hour, because it has like a lot of text anyway. Some games say they're like 15 minutes, but then end up being like 5 hours, you know? I want to calculate the time correctly. Alright, let's see. 308. And then this will be Primary Exit is the name of the game. And what should the title be? I don't know. The store page just says it's a puzzle game about finding a way out and escaping from the office at midnight. I don't know. I don't know what the title would be. I can't think of a good one. I don't know. I'm taking too long, you know, like, who cares? Just say, like, it never really matters, but, like, I just want to, like, write a title that actually makes sense, you know? It's about the actual game. I don't know, whatever. I'll just say I'm stuck at the office and I can't leave. You know, it's like, it's very simple, very straightforward. Stuck at the office and I can't leave. That's the title of the game. And anything else I can change? I think on Twitch, I guess I'll check if it's in the categories. It's probably not. Primary exit. There's primary Earth. I guess not. Games and demos, it is. Alright. Okay. So, let's try out this game. Actually, let me check. Is it correctly in OBS? I think it is. Okay. Alright, primary exit. So, a puzzle game by Ying Foxy. Ying Foxy? Yes, Foxy. Ying Foxy. I played one of the games before. It's pretty okay. Let's check out this one. If I remember correctly, though, I don't think their native language is English, so that's probably what I found not very good, you know, in the last game, you know, or not the best anyway. But I guess we'll see. Anyway. Did I fall asleep? Hey friends, thanks for the help. Why no one woke me? Okay, see? Second sentence in, and I'm like, yep. Their native language is not English, you know? It's like, why? What do you mean, why no one woke me? You know? No. It's, why did no one wake me? Not why no one woke me? Anyway, this game can be played in a point and click, but for the best gameplay experience, we recommend using a keyboard. Right. I'm gonna have to proofread while I play, I guess. Oh, I have to click there, I feel like. Hey friend, thanks for the help. If we didn't have your help, we'd be in trouble this week. Everyone's gone home, but I saw you were asleep, so I didn't wake you. See you on Monday. Hey friends. I think it's like hey friend. No S. S is a plural. It means more than one friend, but really it's just one friend. Anyway, here's the controls. Arrow keys, shift, Z, X. Great. Well, finally I can turn off the screen. Just looking at all these documents makes me want to throw up. After getting home, I'm gonna sleep all weekend. It's really late. Let's go home. La la la. Just go home, I guess. Very easy. I do gotta say though, the developer's art looks pretty good. But yeah, again, I felt like, what was it? Like the other game, I felt like it was also controls as well, right? It's like, yeah, I mean, this game kind of feels the same, where like, for some reason we have to go like this. Like, I can't go diagonal, I have to go up and down before I can go left and right. Strange, but I guess it's because of RPG Maker. Anyway. Huh? Did they change the help desk interface? Oh. Card scanner. Here's a TV remote. Wrong. Okay, fine. ID card. Yes. I can finally go home. This week's work nearly killed me. I miss my bed. La-di-da-di-da. Time to go home. That's it. That's the end of the game. What? It doesn't open. Did they lock the door already? I didn't bring my phone. How can I call security then? What should I do? What do you mean you didn't bring your phone? Is this not 2025? Everyone has their phones these days, I feel like. I don't know. Unless you forgot it at home, I guess. But usually everyone has their phone in their pockets, you know? I'll water cooler. The red color makes you not want to drink it. Is it actually red? I thought that was just the lighting. You know, somehow for some reason at night everything is red. Well, just because, I guess. It's simply, it's the blood moon today, that's all. It's the night of the blood moon. It's a normal thing, that's all. A sofa. Your office has the same sofa, it's really comfy. But after using it as a bed all week, it feels like sitting on a rock. I miss my bed. Don't want to sit right now. Apparently, our work is so important that we have to sleep in the office. The meeting room. It's locked. Okay. Well, now what? Can't open. Let me out! Help desk at your service. How can I help you? Well, the door is locked. Can you open it? Entrance B is currently closed. It will reopen at 6 o'clock p.m. Then how am I supposed to go home? You can use entrances from other buildings. Would you like us to guide you to another exit? Well, no. Daga kotoru. Also, 6 o'clock? What do you mean it has to reopen 6 o'clock? It's kind of weird. Why would it open at 6 o'clock p.m.? Maybe that's a typo. I feel like it's a typo. It should be like 6 a.m., you know? Because the next morning, right? Not the next night. That makes no sense. Again, I mean, it's not like there's a typo every sentence, but I do feel like, again, it's like slightly off. Oh. I can't talk to it again. What? Did I get soft locked already? Again? Why do I get soft locked twice in one day, huh? Can't open. Okay. Well, now what? I'm just stuck forever, I guess, because I said no. The developer didn't anticipate that the player was just simply say no. Now I'm soft locked forever. Oh, I can sit now. Okay. I'll just sit then. I'll just continue sitting. I'll just continue sitting. Got nothing else to do, right? Whatever. I'll just wait until the next day then, you know? 6 a.m. Whatever. Just another day. Huh? Did I fall asleep? Let me go home. For like 3 hours, and then come back for work at 9 a.m. or something. It's open. Hey buddy, what's up? You're here so early. Noman, why are you here? What are you talking about? It's Monday. Of course I have to come to work. Monday, not Saturday? What are you talking about? Still missing the weekend? Or, that's not Hugo saying that, that's the other person. Come on, let's get to work. I'll get you a coffee. I feel like, aren't we a little stinky? We just slept here all day. You know, or all night. I feel like we're gonna shower or anything, we brush our teeth. Alright, well I guess that's the nothing happens ending. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever happens. That's it. Okay, let's try again. Obviously, I feel like we missed the whole horror aspect of the entire game by doing that, so. How many endings are in this game, actually? Let me double check. It says... Well, the game says it has, actually, it has, says there are like 5 endings. So that's like 1 ending, really. Anyway. So best experience, we recommend using a keyboard. It's funny they say that, but then I can't proceed the game. What if I don't have a mouse, bro? Developer. Anyway, I have to click. The thing is, I have to click in order to do that. Unless, maybe, do they mean I don't know, anyway. I was gonna say that maybe they mean the opposite, where actually you do want to use a mouse. Not sure. Because you can, yeah, you can click your... I mean, RPG Maker does this already. Beep. And then you learn that you can't go anywhere. Hey, can I save? Oh, here you go. The last game didn't allow me any saves, you know, so now I can save. That's great. Alright, this time we don't say no to the freaking help desk. Yes. It wouldn't hurt to try. There's no other way anyway. Please enter your destination. Oh, let's go to the red building. The system is currently navigating. Please wait. Navigation complete. What was that? A power outage? Okay, it's funny, it's like we go to the red building and suddenly it just kind of fades to black. We're now in the red building somehow. Teleported. Doesn't do anything. Still locked. You can see flames and crowds of people running outside, but it's too far to see what's happening. Strange. Are we in hell? A water cooler. Looks drinkable. I put my ID card in it. No, it doesn't work. The meeting room. It's locked. Oh, someone's here, by the way. Sofa. Can I sit down? Yeah, just a quick break real quick. No, guess not. Who are you? Why do you have blood on you? You shouldn't be here. Go find a place to hide. You're hurt. Are you okay, miss? We look like a fucking nerd. You know, with the glasses. That ID card. You're from another department, right? I don't know how you got here, but you better leave. Well, I also wanted to get out, but the door is locked, so... The door needs a supervisor's keycard to open. Normal keycard can't be used. Anyway, you better go back before someone finds you. You shouldn't be here, it's dangerous. Are you sure you're okay? Or, I guess we're saying that. I also accidentally clicked that, but... Well, I can't really say. But don't worry about that, you should go. Shouldn't be here, it's dangerous. Okay, so we'll ask about injuries. How about the help desk? That help desk? It's a new program created by the IT department. I heard it's a device that helps reduce travel between departments. I could do that, I guess. That's all I know. Okay. See you later. La 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 la. Can I go this way? I guess not. Well, I guess we'll go back to another part. Let's go to the green building instead. It's now green. We're in the green dimension. I guess that's why the logo is like that, you know? It's like the color theory wheel. New colors. Still locked. A water cooler. Look horrific. I guess acid, maybe? It's locked. Sofa. Coffee cup? Hey, we have a coffee cup now. We can probably put liquids in it. Man, what if we put the acid? Because the freaking thing it says acid here. So like, what happens if we use it? Put it in the coffee cup. Probably a bad idea. You got green water. Okay. Smelt the door real quick, you know, that's fine. Give me more green water. Things are useful. Hello? Anyone here? It's just a plant. Yeah, it looks like a monster, but this is a plant. Oh, no one's here, I guess. Never mind. Can I just melt the door here then? Come on, let me melt that door. I used the green water, you know? No. Now let's go back to the blue building. That's where we started from, right? Still locked. Well, let's melt this door, maybe. Hello? Something over here? Yeah, we do have to use a mouse, I feel like. Nothing inside though. Hmm. We can fill it with the red water, but I don't know why we would. I guess, I don't know. The only thing I know is acid, so I guess we'll melt the final meeting room door. I don't know if that would do anything. Green water. You know, how can the acid somehow melt the door, but it doesn't melt the cup? You know, how does that work, huh? That doesn't make any sense. Would you like some acid? Also, isn't there like a cup there too? Why can't we grab that cup? Apparently it's not an important cup, so we can't grab it. Green water. Oh, something over here. Oh, I didn't mean to leave. Again, they said the game said to you can only recommended to use the keyboard, but then how do I select the item on the screen without a mouse? So I swear the instructions in the very beginning is mistaken. You need a mouse. Anyway, got the key card. All right, I assume we need that. Play the game. Hey, I got a key card. You know anything about this? You got the key card. White card? A white card? It's employees or new employees key card. It can't be used to open the door. Supervisor key cards must have the same building, or I'm reading this wrong. Supervisor key cards must have the same color as the building. So which building are you from? Oh, I'm from the blue building, I guess. I feel like that's a hint to go back to the blue building, I guess. I got water. Can I use the water? Oh, that just pours the water. I don't know what else, because there's also red water and blue water, you know, but like, what does that do? I'm not sure. The dirt. Access denied. The dirt. Wait, there's the option to smash it. Hold on. Smash it. Property damage detected. Follow procedure 1. Ah! What? That's funny. Okay. Game over. I guess that's the game over that you could get. What if I make the white keycard a red keycard? What is that? Is that how that works? That doesn't make any sense. You simply paint the keycard with red paint. Eh? Nani? Yay, I did it! Time to leave! I leave and go out into the hell dimension. War. People screaming everywhere. Lots of people are killing each other. Their screams echoed everywhere. You don't know who they are, but one thing is clear. A purple ID, the same color as the woman you met earlier. You look up at the sky. The sky has the same color as blood. Up there you see the eye. A big white eye staring at you. Like a camera. Capturing a live broadcast in this arena. Oh, it's Fortnite, actually. Turns out it's Fortnite. Where we drop in, boys? The eye watches you scream. From a man stabbing you with a knife. But they get the #1 Royale. And that's the last thing you see. This is not your world. Eye on you! Alright, so that's an ending. I guess you try to leave from the red building. Interesting. Okay, so is that a white key card? I was wondering, like, what if we... You know, it's funny, we still have a TV remote. I don't want to use a TV remote or anything, but... By the red building, what if we talk to the woman? Blue. Get the key card? Oh, it's just, you just repeat the same thing. How do we make purple? You know, what's the color theory? So, blue and purple, or blue and red rather. So what happens if we? I mean, I don't know if it works, but let's go to. Actually, not here. Oops. That's just the blue building. Let's go red building. What if we? I don't know if we can, but like, what happens if we combine? Can we combine colors? Like blue and red. Oh, it just makes it blue. No. I don't want to pour it. I don't know. I wonder if there's an option to mix colors somehow. Like, obviously, if we leave the blue building, I think that's like the normal ending. I'm wondering if I can somehow mix colors, somehow that does anything. I don't know. No, it didn't do anything. Okay, it doesn't do anything. Alright, whatever. Well, let's try leaving... Let's see, where's the green one? Right here. Let's try leaving the green building. You know, we don't know much about the green building, but let's see what happens if we try to leave the green building instead. I got a green key card. Somehow doesn't like melt the card, but ding. All right, time to leave the green building. Anything different from the green building, or is it the same? It's raining. It's raining men. Hallelujah. Except it's not, it's actually acid. You search for shelter, but nothing here can protect you from the rain. You ran for a long time, but in the end you had to return to the company. The company's gone. The rain is getting heavier and heavier. The raindrops corrode your skin. You scream in the rain, but no one hears. Your flesh, your clothes, and your bones are melting slowly. Because here, there's nothing but you. There were not even buildings, trees, or life. I guess not live, but life. This is not your world. Die in the rain. Oops. It's just acid rain world, as it turns out. You know, obviously, I guess the different buildings represent different dimensions. Turns out that's acid rain dimension. That's a shitty dimension. You know, it just sucks. Everyone's dead. Alright, so let's try... I mean, obviously, let's try blue. I mean, obviously, you know, you get an ending for each... I'm assuming, anyway, each color key card. And obviously an ending for just sitting on the sofa and sleeping. I wonder what the fifth ending is. Is there a fifth ending? I'm not sure, but... Anyway... I guess we'll just use the blue key card and then leave. Da-da-da. Oh, and also not go directly to the door, use it here. Again, we never use the TV remote. Why is the TV remote like a red herring? We did it! Now we can go home and get to sleep. We left the office safely and got a full rest over the weekend. You're still wondering about that night, but you chose to forget it. You slept happily in your bed before facing the cruel Monday morning. I want to go work. Why is the weekend so short? When you returned to the office, the help desk was gone. How strange. It's like working for SCP or something. Like an SCP corporation, you know? Just like strange anomalies just happen randomly. Alright, that's like 4 endings and a game over, I guess. What's the final ending like? I don't know what the final ending would be. TV remote, I grabbed it by mistake because I thought it was my phone. Oh, okay, so that's why we have it. I was wondering why we have it. You know, it's like, why do we have it? But it's because we thought it was our phone. So that's the reason why we don't have our phone. Okay. I was wondering, like, why would you not have your phone? Also, why do you have a TV? You know? I don't know. I guess, I mean, some people watch TV still. I just don't. I don't watch TV. I just watch everything through my computer screen. I don't need a TV remote. Anyway, can I talk to you about my blue keycard? I can't bring the anime women with me, you know? It's like, hey, we can leave now. Let's go together. No? Guess not. Anything in here? Okay, I gotta figure out like how to get the last ending. I wonder if I need to go back to the meeting room somehow. Go to the green building. Bo-do-dum. Anything in here? Double check. See, it does not seem like it. I don't know. Hold on, let me grab more of this. I don't know if it matters, but I want to check the other meeting room again. There's at least one object I can check. In the blue one? In the blue building, I think? Yeah, this box. It just says nothing inside. I used the green water, no? Why is this here, by the way? You know, it seems useless. Well, why is this here, then? Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like really useless. Like, why is this here if it doesn't do anything? Get up. Yeah, I don't know. I was wondering, like, if I sit for a little bit and get up, would that do anything? I don't know. Water. Do you want some water? Maybe if I use... Okay, one more thing I want to try. Is I technically have water, you know, not blue paint, but water. What if I use the water on the empty storage box? Somehow that would, I don't know, grow a plant and then something happens? No, nothing happens, okay. I don't know why we have a choice to use an item there. Very strange. A sofa. Again, I was wondering if we could like combine colors. I tried doing it and nothing happens. Yeah, nothing happens. Okay, what if we... How about this? What if we use the key cards here? They go ding ding. But then... They go here... And simply just open all the doors for fun. You know? I don't know if that does anything. So instead of leaving, I just simply open all the doors. You know, why? I don't know. That's very strange. Why is there shadows here? That I don't know. Is that intentional or is that just a glitch? Is that always there? Oops, sorry. Oh, and I see a shadow here too. Is that intentional? I don't know. I don't know if that's intentional or not. Sofa. Ding. Well, I opened all the doors. I've got... That's not good. Oh my god, she's dead. I have to call the police. Well, is it because we opened the door and left? I think that's what it means. Huh, interesting. Now what? You know, I'm like, oh, now what? Do I... Let's double check. I mean, there's no phone, right? We don't have a phone. So, not much we can do about this. Okay, let's see. So what happens if we leave? Okay, so after we find out she's dead, and then we leave from the blue building, maybe something happens? Oh, it's red. You left the office safely and got a full rest over the weekend. But when you returned to the office, the help desk was gone. When you asked your friends, none of them knew anything about that help desk or about that woman you met earlier. That night's still stuck in your head. You're safe for today. Okay. I mean, that technically is a little bit different. It's very slight, though. It's just the only... Wait, oh, no, there's a little more. What's such a shame? That's incorrect. It should be like, I guess, what a shame. I thought she was gonna live longer than this. She's the only one who's met an outsider this time. What a waste. How are the viewers today? Do we get a high view count? How many subscribers? How many donations in bits? I understand. That's all for tonight. Until we meet again, when the red moon returns. Okay. Kind of like what was that movie? Truman Show, you know? Truman Show-esque, but like with a little bit of a horror twist, I guess, where there's a ton of murder, you know? That's actually interesting. Has anyone done that? Like a horror version of the Truman Show? I mean, the Truman Show was already kind of like a horror in a way, like a surreal horror. but like a full-on like murder horror, just like what we shown earlier, her head explodes. Anyway, but there you go. I guess that's the game. I guess it was interesting enough. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like nothing like mind-blowing, but kind of an interesting idea, I guess. Going to different dimensions, and turns out it's kind of like it's like an SCP story. It's like a weird like little SCP story, right? That's what it feels like. It's like, oh, kind of creepy, and yeah, that's it. I don't know. Interesting idea. I have to say that. I guess the only thing is like it just feels like, again, obviously I have my own preferences where I prefer like a more character focused story, and I feel like in this game not much really. It's just like we're a generic employee, and this is woman apparently connected to a different dimension, and she dead. She dead, and that's it. And it's like, yeah, not much we learn from about the world or anything, or about the characters, right? I mean, there's definitely some implications about how the world works and everything. It's some kind of weird like red moon, obviously like creepypasta, but I don't know, not much depth to it, I guess. Again, I kind of wish there was a little bit more to the actual characters. It's funny because I think their last game, at least the last horror game anyway, was very focused on the characters, but this time not so much. I don't know. Anyway, I definitely have my own preferences, I guess. And so, if it had focused more on the actual, like, characters and the reaction to the situation, and like, again, what's going on with the woman, why she's special, that kind of thing, I would have been more interested. But as by itself, it's just kind of like, a very simple puzzle. You go back and forth in different dimensions, and it's kind of, I don't know. It's all right. Not much bad to say about it, really, except maybe the typos, I guess. Especially the very beginning, I ragged on it immediately, but like when I look back on it, like overall, it's not too bad. I guess it's because it's not even that story heavy anyway. So just a few typos here and there, but otherwise, not the worst, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, it's all right. I don't know, not much to say about it. I'm just trying to think. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of wish the. Well, it's funny because I did like the game over, by the way. It's funny. It's like the little like game over you get for like smashing the computer. It's funny how the game just kills you for that. So I wanted to actually see if there was any special endings that you could have gotten. But it feels like a little monotonous, right? It just seems like the same solutions over and over again. It's really just the different key cards with different color buildings. That was okay, but I kind of wish there was a bit more nuance to it, right? So each building has a slightly different solution. So it kind of felt like you earn your endings, right? But otherwise, getting the green, blue, and red building endings is almost exactly the same. You just kind of like use the key card, right? With the right color. And I felt a little repetitive, I guess, right? So again, I kind of wish if there was any difference I could make about this game, at least from a gameplay perspective, just to make it a little bit more engaging, is to have different solutions for each of the buildings. Like for example, like in one of the buildings could be like the computer's broken, and you would have to find a different solution to get out of the building. It wouldn't even be that mechanically different. It would just feel different, right? So at the very least, it feels like you're earning your endings by exploring the building, as much as you can. That's also something I wish the game did more as well, like exploring more of the building, like instead of every like zone just being literally a recolor, except maybe the woman there. It would be like we go to different places, like some rooms are locked and other rooms are not, in like different dimensions, I guess, and that would be a cool way to explore different parts of the building, right? I mean, again, I do like the idea that the woman's only there in the I guess the red dimension, right? So I wish in the blue and green building that you see other things, maybe. I don't know. But anyway. I don't know. Again, I don't know what to say about this game, but I guess that's it. I guess one more thing would be like the music. The music is just the same song the whole time. It's alright, I guess. Very relaxing. Like ambience song music, I guess, but I did kind of wish it was a little bit more, or like a little bit different, especially in the red ending, the red building ending. We leave out in this freaking battle royale, but the music kept playing like a relaxing song. It was like it didn't really match the mood. I don't know. Anyway, again, overall though, it was alright. It's an interesting little like SCPS type sci-fi horror game, I feel like. But there you go. I guess that's it for primary exits. And let's see. Well, it's almost 4 hours, like 10 minutes to 4, I guess. So I think that'll be it for today as well. There you go. I don't know. I'll just exit this one, and then play Ace Attorney music. I don't know. I just want to like listen to Ace Attorney music. But yeah. So played this game, played this very gory game. My number one complaint is like, why is there a soft lock? But otherwise, it's gory and it's cute anime girls. I don't mind it. And Bound by Blood as well, this one. Which is, again, like, I have my criticisms, but I mean, I guess we'll see, right? Like, if it changes the things, but I don't know if it will, but if it has, again, less of a focus on those, like, weird, like, mini games that, like, move your cursor erratically, I don't like that one, and obviously less, like, overwordly, like, what's the word? Like, overly wordy, descriptions of everything, in the story. That would be nice too, but again, those are just my preferences. I don't know if the developer changed that necessarily for me specifically, but like, I guess we'll see. Anyway, but there you go. That'll be it for today. So let me just press the little button. Boop. And let me just say, my usual schedule is Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and I guess tomorrow, I'll be continuing to play Void Stranger, how long has it been for Void Stranger? It's been like 12 hours. 12 hours out of like 60. No, or minimum 60, I don't know. It's gonna be a long journey of that game. But yeah, that'll be it for today. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you then.